Oh, shoot.
This is a Rick Code exclusive.
Man, I actually had made this beat. I was making this beat for Nipsey, bro.
It's a nice one. Fucking tight squeeze right there. Yeah. Fucking Nipsey episode next week. The one that'll come out like on the day he died.
Oh, wow.
I already got a new Crenshaw for it.
Well, that's what I was just telling him. I actually had made this beat when I made it. I was making it to send the Nipsey in there. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. You know, just something so when as much noise with the paper and whatnot as we got into this thing. You know, so it's the perfect time to, you know, remind them about that hot fire. It's another one. We in here with the one, not the other one. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody.
Where we at, man? 35?
35 is what they saying. I mean, it's hard to keep count, but oh yeah, that's gonna be good. It's been a real one. It's crazy. Shall we? Shots to start it off for the week.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Dubz 817. This bitch.
It's your man, Chef Chad, over here, plotting and cooking, usual.
The one and only Rick Code. Like how you did it last time. This time, make sure you put the at beside it so they know everything is at Rick Code. Any platform
I'm
you
working
want
on
to
an
come
animation
find.
for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, like it's gonna be the name, and then under that is
Any one of them you want to, you know, pick out at Rick Code. Whatever platform you could think of. I mean, literally any one of them. It's only one of me, by the way. Trust me, I know.
oh man.
My man almost poured it the old-fashioned way. Know how he don't do that shit. Said, oh man, poured that bitch up and got mad. Get this plastic off here.
He go match with the hat. You know what I'm saying?
Naturally. Naturally, that is. Don't forget that, baby. Naturally. Shout out to D Flowers. It's another one. Thank you for joining us for the Up Happy Hour Up Podcast episode 35. We are in the building live. Fresh off the new edition. That's Word to Bobby Brown.
Right.
And my man had to go ahead and,
No crack or cocaine, though.
you know what I mean?
Right.
My man had to go ahead and let the little one pull up on him this weekend.
Yeah, man. It's definitely. Oh, let me get that one too. Definitely a day early, but it was all good though.
Did y'all have to induce?
They gave her some medicine for it, but they didn't really like
Do too much.
Yeah, it wasn't really like. I think it was like a 2 or a 3 step thing.
Yeah.
And it was only the first step. Yeah. Got the fucking bourbon gummy bears this time.
Oh yeah.
Let me get that one too.
Y'all ain't forgot, it's Women's Month. Check out that Lever Magic Rib Blend. It's off the chain there. Don't forget.
Shout out to women, especially in Women's Month. Any month, definitely in Women's Month. It's a lot going on. Don't want that to be missed. Look over here making candy drinks at this point.
Get that going.
Chase one of these boys by itself. So these are bourbon boy.
Yeah. Definitely. It was definitely dope. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wonder if you ate that whole box, would it get you fucked up?
probably not. Because with gummy bears, you gotta cook them. So it's like more of a flavor thing.
Hand me that whiskey. I'm gonna sip on that with this.
Spill.
Man. Una Mas. Best flavor on the market. Hits strong, tastes just like what you get.
Shout out to all our liquor and our accessories, raw, cocktail, caviar, Total Wine, Three Amigos.
Shout out to fucking Hasta Morte for the shirts, man.
Oh yeah, I really like that shirt, man.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, that's kind of my style. But nah, man. What's up?
Shit, that bad. Thought I wasn't really gonna get that much sleep this week. Maybe been chilling.
Hey, man. So,
Not really too much of a crier.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. She don't cry?
Like they cried. She cried when they put her under that little heat lamp thing. Like, and then like she was about to cry when they gave her like a couple shots or whatever. But like they poked her and she was about to cry. Then they put like the gauze thing on there and then she stopped. And then they gave her the other shot in the other leg and then she was about to cry. Then they put it on and then she stopped. So I was like, oh shit.
She like, that shit hurt.
6 pounds and
Yeah, she was about the same size as Cadence was. Kind of looked just like her a little bit.
right.
Like, it's weird.
I saw the side by side, or what she was holding her. Right.
Well, nonetheless, make sure you got your shot ready because we about to do a cheers to it. And you're going to probably need a shot for that. Oh, you going to start off with the 90s?
Random selection from Total Wine. Had a pretty cool bottle. I was like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and scoop it up. I never really shop in the select bourbon section. Pretty fucking decent over there, man. I'm interested to see what this hoe tastes like, though. It don't smell too strong.
No, it smells sweet. It smells like you definitely gotta have a cigar with that old. Yeah, straight up. Like it did a couple of times before I jump in that bitch. Cause
Who came out with a fucking? It's another liquor that came out, and I was trying to find that hoe. I forgot who it was by though. It was a famous person. Oh shit. I'm still trying to find that fucking LeBron James
You hear about
shit.
Snoops?
The
gin?
Indigo. Yeah.
That shit been played everywhere. Every time I turn to the radio, I'll be like, oh shit. Indigo. I'm like, not a gin person, but
It's supposed to be like a strawberry fucking,
LA.
not citrus. I'm gonna try the E40 shit. And the J Prince still.
Right.
Like, can't find that shit.
I think I'm gonna break down.
Man, shit, you're gonna probably have to go call. We're gonna have to go to Houston to find that bitch. Seems like.
Yeah. There's definitely some shit that I'm gonna have to be like, fuck it, I'm gonna order it online. Cause it's like some black liquors that I wanna try. Like, I wanna try black tequila. Like, I think that should be fire. I done heard of a couple brands.
Shit, man. Definitely want to try that J Prince. Shit for sure. Just to support the culture, bro. Nothing else. Yeah, man. Shit crazy. We in here though. Podcast 35. New editions. Celebrating with the guys. That is D Chef Chad. D Dubz 817. The Poet Podcast is official. Make sure you get your Poet Podcast glasses. Those gonna be key.
If I can find the right glasses.
Shout
Try
out
to see
to
what kind of
Amigo.
print that we could do on the next one. That was a little bit stronger than I thought. It wasn't bad though.
Not at all. Wasn't bad at all. Shout out Three Amigos. Every time is the right time with them motherfuckers. I ain't gonna even charge them for that one. Like these stogies though. But man, what we getting into first, man? I mean, shit. Some of the crazy shit from the week, I really couldn't even tell you where to start.
You wanna start off light or you wanna?
Well, shit, I don't really think it's nothing that light unless you talking about another Twitter topic, because, you know, the other two pretty heavy. That shit with Deshaun Watson kind of crazy. Like, the way that shit just spiraling like that shit went from nobody, didn't nobody know about it, or it wasn't nothing to talk about. Literally, go ahead.
Explain to me who this gentleman is.
Deshaun Watson played for the Houston Texans. He the quarterback. Pretty good quarterback. He decided that he didn't want to be in Houston no more not too long ago. Similar to James Harden. And so he requested a trade, but rather than didn't honor the trade or whatever, they decided they were going to make him stay or whatever. Now
They hired a
sudden-
black coach.
Right. They hired a black coach and all of that. Now, because he didn't want to stay, now all of a sudden, people is coming out saying that he raped them. So now you got what is it? Up to, they said 22 allegations.
Damn.
Right. That these just
It was
come out of
10
nowhere.
yesterday when I was.
Right. And the first one was so weird because the first one was from somebody that was supposed to be his masseuse or whatever, and she's supposed to been like saying he was trying to get her to like jack him off basically, and then it went from that one to the next one, which I wouldn't understand how it would be no correlation unless they all masseuses, because then it would just be insinuating that nigga just running around. Just, you see what I'm saying?
Everybody give massages like nigga this like that like nigga this ain't Bang Bros.
Right, you see
my
what I'm
nigga.
saying? So if that's not the case, then you're insinuating that everybody, like, he just running around just being a sexual deviant with everybody. and that's not really how sexual deviant behavior work per se. Not in all cases, but not usually. Hold on 1 second. Think I got an order. Yeah, got some people coming.
Might get lighter and lighter.
Yes, I told you we was already on the start. Oh, you good? Go ahead and get in here. Didn't want to alarm nobody or nothing like that. But yeah, nah, they gonna forever, they gonna always, they gonna always do that or come out in bulk. And the major thing I guess that I always have concern with whenever it come out like that, and we just talked about it here just not even last week, you know what I'm saying, with the stigmatism, how that shit go. Like, it don't gotta be proven. You know what I mean? It just gotta be associated with it. They'll let you go from the team just off of the bad. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now we got a reason to let him go if he ain't.
And we ain't gotta pay his contract. Yeah. Right. We could void his contract. We could void his contract because he violated team policy.
But that's stupid if it go away though, because he could fuck around and I don't think fucking AB had was it sexual shit against him or was it just random?
It was simple.
But he ended up winning the fucking Super Bowl with Tampa Bay.
Right, and but all that shit went away.
Yeah.
And
they suspended him and everything.
You notice
fucking shit. He come back with a fucking Super Bowl.
You notice how that shit. You notice how that shit go in the NFL. You know what I mean? It'd be a little different in the NBA for some reason versus the NFL. You might
So
get
they
somebody
sweep more things underneath the rug during or in the NFL. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, I feel like it's more. I feel like it's more
our way of the highway type shit.
Yeah. It's more like the mafia.
Respect what we do, and then we gonna get you the fuck out of
right?
here.
Because it's been a bunch of them that's been happened to.
They trying to get Russell Wilson out of here.
Right, you feel me? Right, it's like the mafia. He's not the first person that it happened to. Where that you don't like something, and then all of a sudden, not comparing Colin Kaepernick in regard to a rape allegation, anything like that, but essentially, that's what they did to Colin Kaepernick. That's why they justified not having him in the NFL. He was a distraction to the team. Yeah. These type of things right here. This is how they ended up having to pay him. Yep.
Because the whole time we'll give you your right to protest, but you just can't take it.
Because they end up paying him because that ain't a violation of no policy. You just a distraction to the team, so we don't want you on the team anymore. So we can get rid of you like that, but you can't get rid of his contract. This dude right here, if you in some type of criminal behavior type of shit, they can you see what I'm saying? That's what New England had to do to what's the boy name? The Rodriguez boy. That's what they end up having to do with him. Aaron Rodriguez. Aaron Hernandez. They end up having to just basically offer the conduct, terminate the contract for violation of the policies. And that's how they get you. So they hit him with that right there, where you thought you had some leverage, just to show you how bad I am. Not only will I not do what you had, but I'll make sure you can't go nowhere else on no other team.
Yeah. My lawyer homeboy over here gonna represent all of them.
Gonna represent, you got a lawyer the lawyer neighbor from the Texans, coincidentally, is involved with the case. He represents everybody that's involved with the case. And he's the motherfucking owner's neighbor.
And everybody know you got to get Lisa Bloom, my nigga, if you fit to have the sexual allegation shit, bro. Damn. She represent everybody, my nigga.
Well, see, niggas don't be understanding how deep that shit go. See, when nigga be watching, what? What?
We hit it and use.
Oh yeah, no, that
Niggas
shit.
don't understand. That shit go.
It sound like that shit had my ass sounding like Muhammad Ali for a second. It's all good, but no. I mean, all the movies and shit you be seeing, that shit be having some merit. Niggas don't be realizing, like, you know what I mean? Like, everything is based on something. Like, I just said it before. Scandal, TV show, any movie, like, they based on, they based on some type of actions or something. Like niggas don't understand how far, like, nigga can never get caught up in it.
Did they contribute to her cause, though?
What cause?
I don't know any cause that she had for them, like, building the show around her. You think they contributed to, like...
Oh, you talking about, like, did they contribute to the government?
No,
I doubt they did.
Just like to her, like, if she believed in, like, feed the children.
Well, they wouldn't have needed to contribute under that regard. If you're going to try to use my point against me, always make sure that you do use it in the proper context. Because the show is about motherfucking government and the shit that go on in scandal of the government. So they not making no money off the plight or no goddamn black back off of that motherfucking show. Now, 12 Years a Slave is about a nigga being a slave. And I can tell you what the movie about without watching it. Some nigga was in a movie. He got owned by another nigga. They probably beat him. I never seen it. But I know I'm pretty much on point with the plot.
What did that got to do with them?
The fuck I need to watch that shit for?
A slave cause, nigga. Like,
they don't.
You couldn't have picked a better movie? Like,
I just did. They don't. They don't. They don't.
That nigga went 200 years back to where
they don't.
Niggas wouldn't even have
what that 12 Years a Slave reparation lawyer funded. You want to do it, so let's do it. What that 12 Years a Slave reparations, yeah, brother. What that 12 Years a Slave reparation fund?
Niggas want reparations.
Yeah, my nigga. What is it? I mean, if we talking about slavery, I mean, if you gonna make a movie about slavery, don't just stop. Don't just stop where you just wanted to pick and choose because it was a good story.
It's like spots where in like certain cities and shit where they talk about like doing reparations.
Don't do me now. I'm in here. I'm here. I'm ready. I thought we were talking about Deshaun Watson, but I'm ready. We can turn up early. I thought, we usually get about a little bit farther into the podcast before. But I'm ready. Chad, I'm ready now. Is that what he want? Chad, is that what he want? We only 21 minutes in. I thought we usually get at least a 60 piece before we start like that. But we could get there. We could get there. We could turn up early.
Man, fuck them reparations.
Yeah, nigga, we could do that. Fuck you mean? Yeah, nigga. No, I want them to donate to the government. But yeah, for 12 Years a Slave, they could have motherfucking had some type of campaign. They making money off the shit. They making money out the plight. They making money out the less fortunate. They making money out somebody that was a direct correlation and contribution from that motherfucking actual action. All the bitches from the Sally Hemingway movie with Andrew Jefferson. They got a whole goddamn bloodline. They got a contract with these niggas. Yes,
so niggas just can't make movies about shit.
Fuck no, not unless they paying the nigga. I already said it. I told you how I felt about it. I ain't forget. Y'all think I be drunk and talking shit. No, I be having moments of clarity.
Damn, I can't make no movies, bro. Like, let me shut my shit down.
I said.
I can't do no documentaries.
And I meant what the fuck I said,
bro. Like, damn, that's fucked up.
Zabo. You gonna sit go? Yeah, nigga. No, nigga. This ain't it.
My nigga.
No, this ain't it. Y'all, if you want that type of pass, then like I say, that should come with something. You don't get that for free. You don't get to talk about motherfuckers that didn't have a choice and make money off some shit that they didn't even have a choice to get money from, and then you just made millions of dollars off of this shit and you just gone. You don't get that. How
you gonna complain about that when it's like niggas like trying to like erase movies that niggas like?
I'm on all of that. I'm like Zordon. I'm just a big head in the tube.
Have you seen American Skin?
Big head on the tube.
Fifth dimensional being.
Okay. So like niggas want to talk about movies that's like original, and I only want to watch it if it's
American Skin.
Yeah, nigga, I've been saying it for like 3 months, bro.
I know.
Like,
what's the plot?
You got You can carry about 2 hours.
What's the plot?
You want to watch a movie that's not the typical black movie. You want it to be something that you wouldn't expect. Blah blah blah. Nigga, watch the fucking movie, bro. Like.
Shut the fuck up. Thank you. No, I haven't. What is it about?
I can't explain the movie for 3 months, bro. Like people.
Is it about any type of oppression? Because that's what the title
It's about a dude whose son get killed by the cops. Another dude comes to make a documentary about how he feels about it. So he finally agrees to it, but he takes the dude that's doing the documentary on a trip that he didn't expect to be on. Like,
okay,
I've been explaining this for like 3 months, bro. Like,
okay,
you want the weird opposite black movie. That's the one for you, bro. Like,
I watched Get Out. I supported it.
It's not Get Out.
I watched Get Out. Get Out was a good movie.
I hated that movie.
Because there wasn't no oppression in it.
No, it was just.
No, the classic oppression.
I'm not really a feel like Jordan Peele. Like I like Get Out. To me, like I think Us was better than that. Like,
I think that
Us was like way better than fucking Get Out.
I think that you got a slave movie fetish.
I think that movie. I think Us had more of a fucking storyline, and it was more shit that you wouldn't predict. It was more of a. It was better put together than Get Out to me. That's.
I fuck with it. I fuck with all that. I mean, like I say, I just ain't supporting that shit. No, not to get too
Keanu
far.
was better than fucking Get Out.
I don't want to get too far off the beaten path, and we don't make our point about old boy with the NFL shit. Cause with the NFL shit, like I say, well, starting to be a pattern. You know.
Oh, it sound like you cracking open fucking can of whoop ass over there.
Yeah, it's starting to be a pattern of a motherfucker say some shit, the NFL don't like it, then all of a sudden that motherfucker become a villain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's no different than Antonio Brown. Whatever happened with that shit?
I remember when I was a little kid, like Joe Horn, like the niggas that want to celebrate now, like fucking Joe Horn, bro. That nigga went under the thing and pulled the cell phone out, and he like, nigga, fuck y'all niggas. I'm celebrating every time I score, nigga. Like, they don't like that shit, bro.
No.
You can't be.
They want you to. Be
You could just
good
now
nigga.
Celebrate, but back then that nigga was doing like all the extravagant shit. Like nigga, him and T.O. pulling the fucking shit out, signing, fucking.
Right.
Niggas getting fines, and you, nigga, we don't want you to do that shit.
That's why T.O. was so hated.
Yep.
Right.
They painted him in the media as a villain, and like T.O. always kept saying, you know, a nigga probably
one of the best three receivers ever.
Nigga, like he couldn't get to the
top
Hall of
5
Fame for
easy.
shit. And the nigga kept, every time you talk to him, nigga talk with some sense, bro. Nigga say shit, y'all don't like my personality. They're fine. I ain't never, he like, y'all say I was a distraction in the locker room, this, that, and third. He's like, I never was involved in no court cases, which he wouldn't. He was never involved in nothing. Everything that they did like the nigga for was some shit he did on the field. So you did like a nigga purely based off of his personality on the football field.
Yeah. That's
And you, like you see what I'm saying, you made that narrative up in your head and made up the person that he is purely off of how he performed when he got on pads, running up and down the field where niggas is trying to hit him. And he might play with an ego because that would make him go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So
with a nigga trying to run and take your head off, what make him be able to do it is like, nigga, I was able to shake you.
Yeah.
Bitch, now what?
Fucking him,
You know what I mean?
fucking Chad Johnson.
You feel me?
Randy Moss, nigga.
Any of them niggas that played with a ego like that, them niggas had a short,
bitch.
They
like,
they had a short career, and they kind of just like disappeared into obscurity. And now that part is not exclusive to the NFL because you can see that in any one of the sports. Like they'll get rid of your ass whenever
baseball.
Whenever
nigga, they get you out of there.
They
bro.
get you up out of there. They escort
Pete
your
Rose
motherfucking
ain't gonna never be in the Hall of Fame.
You
nigga.
feel me? They'll get your ass there, escort your motherfucking ass straight the fuck up out of that bitch. As Allen Iverson.
Yep.
As Allen Iverson, how that shit go.
Y'all watch that?
Won't they just make a nigga disappear? I remember Allen Iverson was playing, then that nigga just wouldn't. Gilbert Arenas was playing, then he just wouldn't. Oh yeah, now he fucked himself with the guns and shit. Yeah, he fucked himself with the gun shit. Now I ain't saying that they shouldn't, but I'm saying like they didn't kick him out for that. He just got suspended, then he came back. But then
He wasn't the same. After
yeah,
that,
they said
though.
yeah. You know what I mean? They wasn't trying to fuck with it no way. You know they want you to like say, as long as you quiet and you just a good little nigga, it's all day. You know they all for you. So if you outspoken or you just ain't gonna stand for no shit, they finna paint it like they do. They've been trying to do it with Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Like the whole past 2 years, they've been trying to make Kyrie Irving crazy because he don't think how you think or some shit like that. You know the nigga play games. He no distraction. He ain't got no fights or nothing. He ain't raping no bitches or nothing like that.
Yeah, that's crazy because
he just ain't a likable person.
But he be doing the same shit that like fucking Maya Moore kind of be. She ain't played in the WNBA in
3 years. 3 years. She's sitting out this season too.
Yeah. So like, niggas ain't never saying nothing about her. Like,
nope, and they won't. Not in their culture.
And the WNBA, like when they came back, like they was the main ones. Like, nigga, fuck it, say her name shirts and fucking.
You need to stop rolling these bitches. These hoes is useless. Here you go though.
The backwoods.
Yeah, bro. These bitches is useless, bro.
All that
Nigga
shit.
love that
So,
shit. Just a waste of
fucking
money.
the WNBA even got
wasting
the
weed.
fucking Atlanta Storm. What Atlanta Dream? They got the owner of that team out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they was working on that while they was playing. Like while they was like say her
Right.
name. The Atlanta Dream was like, shit, nigga. Our owner is a politician or whatever, and she support this shit. We don't, nigga. Next season, out of there.
Out of there.
Like,
They ain't doing that shit. You know, these motherfuckers don't.
the WNBA don't play, bro.
No, nigga. No, I'm saying like
NBA
all of
either,
them.
like-
Like, they're finna say they did. Some of them got better ways that they go about it, so it's less visible. But all them niggas are like that. Like, I mean, and don't get me wrong, from an employer to employee standpoint, you if you the boss, you know what you say goes as far as business and stuff, and you get to determine what your business conversations and stuff be about. So, on the one hand, there is that piece of it, but on the other hand, where I don't agree with that is that it's not like that for these professional sports. Meaning, like, you're required to have media day. You're required to go to these places and see these faces. Like, that's a part of your contract duty.
Yeah, that's why I
You know
like
what I'm saying?
Westbrook, bro.
You feel me?
That nigga go into a press conference and be like, nigga, what?
Right. So, like, if y'all gonna make me talk to these people, then
You tripping, bro.
You gonna get whatever the fuck you get.
That's one of the funniest
You gonna
quotes.
get. You see what I'm saying? If y'all gonna make me talk to these people, you gonna get whatever the fuck you get. So you can't tell LeBron shut up.
Yep,
and
because he
dribble
gonna get up with the little fucking purse, with the
Right.
suit, with the shorts on, and just
walk the fuck out.
that's memes like
So
him
you
and
can't-
Westbrook
right,
and
I
fucking
seen that.
like
You
the
can't-
nigga what like Westbrook got the green shirt on. He like nigga,
So,
you tripping,
but
like,
then, so as an owner, now you upset because he not saying what you want him to say.
yeah,
But you can't regulate that. You could only regulate
Yeah.
if he going against some type of business.
that's like the
policy or
Soldier
something.
Boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Drake. Like,
Think about that.
You know what I mean? They asked him something about basketball, but I don't know about that. I just know about Breonna Taylor. She ain't been convicted. Ain't nobody been found. So I don't really know no stats right now. I just know that Breonna Taylor is, whatever. Turn up on them like that?
yeah. Now you gotta shut up and dribble.
You think they like that? No, cause you conflicting. You messing up their bag now. Now, like you not being a good little nigga boy that we need you to be. Cause make no mistake. You know what I'm saying? They gonna act like it this, that, and third, but all these niggas gonna do, they like just cause the money bigger. They literally done showed you time and time again. They don't give a fuck. They feel like, you should be grateful. You know, you not like the rest of them. We paying you, $1 million a game, or we paying you $40 million a year, or whatever the fuck we paying you. NFL wise, I mean $1 million a game, because they only get paid during the season, so a nigga get paid $16 million, he making like $1 million a game. But NBA, they get paid different and shit. So, but you get paid $1 million a game, when you making $40 million a season, or we got you on a 10-year, $300 million contract, or whatever the fuck it is, you should be happy. We came and got you from out of wherever the fuck you was at, and you look up and you see shit like what they were talking about with the NFL, who just reached a TV deal worth it was something like $30 billion, I think, over the next 10 years. So essentially, if you was to do the division on it, it'll equal out to every team having a $300 million a year salary cap, except that every team's year salary cap right now is $182 million, and it wouldn't be scheduled to reach anywhere near $300 million for at least the next 10 years or plus. So that means they got a $300 million deal, and this is just media. No merchandise, no ticket sales, none of that. None of that's included. So before the motherfucking football get kicked off for a nigga sell a jersey, just off of the fact that these niggas finna run down on this field, is some niggas already signed a contract for these 32 teams. That's basically paying them $118 million pure profit per team per year.
That's why a lot of people signing 1-year deals.
Right, per year.
Because next year the salary cap should go up.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Because they get 182. That's $118 million per team. So the owner getting back $118 million every year for the next 10 years. That's just by what the deal is structured at. That's what the contracts say.
Fucking Juju got offered more by the Eagles and somebody else. And he was like, I'm just going to sign this 1-year deal with the Steelers, my nigga, and whatever happened next year. Because they're trying
to get the salary cap up. But even when it go up, it ain't like it go up.
It only go up for certain players, bro. If you a quarterback, if you running back's not going to get no money. Because running backs never get money.
It only go up a certain way,
If you're not a quarterback or like a safety like a valuable defensive player, like, you're not supposed to get paid.
But
for real.
But like, let's say it go up from 182 million. Let's say it go up to 200 million. That's still 100 million flat. Every owner is getting off of pure media. That's just the media. That's just by them showing the games or whatever the fuck they gonna do. Just the media deal alone. So they don't include jersey sales. They don't include ticket sales, concession sales at your stands. They don't include none of that off brand shit you might get. Where your team get a contract with Pepsi or something, and they do some little dumbass commercial with the Eagles.
Or like Albertsons with the Cowboys. If you come and buy a jersey on Sunday,
that's not including none of that. Just purely
on
off
Monday,
the media.
if the Cowboys play on Monday, like, you go in there, you get the 10% off and fucking.
No matter how much a nigga make that year, a nigga make a lot in terms of money. After we sign all your checks off of just showing this shit on TV, we gonna make $100 million. Like I said, they're not ticket sales, expenses, none of that.
That's wild.
So, we don't need you on the media talking about Black Lives Matter and shit. We need you to go out there, be a good little nigga, collect your little $30 million. I'm gonna pay it to you happily. Smile every time I sign that check.
Unguaranteed contract.
Right.
It ain't like the NBA where you sign to a team and nigga 5 years, $200 million. You know what I'm saying? You getting in Steph Curry,
nigga, nobody want to hit that bullshit.
Russell Westbrook type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got guaranteed contracts. Like, fucking NFL. Like, nigga, you can get cut and your shit is done for. Like,
Yep. For sure.
Niggas be like, oh, he got a fucking 3-year, $75 million contract, but only $25 million is guaranteed, and the rest of it is incentives. Like, nigga,
right?
Do I have to have fucking 100 catches, fucking 1,500 yards, and 17 touchdowns to get this bread, bro? Every fucking season, nigga.
Yeah, no, they definitely.
Yes, I do. And we got to make the playoffs, and we got to win this round, and you got to win a Super Bowl, and
yep. all the percentage shit. But again,
The
like
NBA got their incentives too, but like
Uh-huh.
their money is guaranteed.
yeah, it's better structured in that way. Nah. Sometimes some players in the NFL get their money guaranteed, but most niggas don't.
Yeah, but it be guaranteed to a certain amount, and then the rest of it be incentives.
Yeah, I know. Know what I'm saying?
And but it's a larger percentage
Right.
than like NBA.
But I'm
numbers.
saying even with all of that, if they paid you out all of that bread, with the way the cap, all of that's factored into the cap on their calculation on their team. Anything over that, they got to pay a luxury tax. So they basically gonna account for it and make sure that they don't go over their cap.
I mean, but if you a nigga like fucking Zeke and you didn't live up to the contract that you got because they gave you the money before they paid Dak, like you not looking like
No, they finna trade you.
yeah, you
They
probably
gotta get that money.
if
off
you
their
don't do
books.
nothing this season, nigga, you done for it because
They
you a
gonna get
running back,
They
bro.
gonna get that
Like,
money off their books.
It's 12 of you coming out of the draft this year, nigga, and we could probably get a free agent from somewhere that's fresh off. They cut this nigga too early. We done scooped him up.
Right.
He hungry.
Right. No, that shit is unfortunate, bro.
Yeah,
Like
because
I said.
niggas didn't say shit. And
Yes.
J.J. Watt said he didn't want to play for them no more. Like,
Well, you know, J.J. Watt, one, he a white boy,
and
So-
he injury prone. So
and he had a much longer career, and they didn't. They had felt like they had already used him for everything they could use him for.
yeah,
So they upset because see that Deshaun saying I ain't finna let you just use me for y'all because you gotta make no mistake. Deshaun Watson is a big name. That's jersey sales.
he supposed to be the
ticket
Jordan.
sales. You see what I'm saying?
Like before Patrick Mahomes, like Deshaun Watson was supposed to be that nigga
That's all of it. That's jersey sales, ticket sales.
because they called him the
all of
Jordan
it.
of football. Like
Yeah, so-
before he even played
Right.
in,
So,
in the NFL. Like
so if he motherfucking leave and go somewhere else,
you beat Alabama.
who is selling them? Who is selling
fucking-
Deshaun Watson jerseys? Who's selling Deshaun Watson tickets? That's different between you having a sellout all year arena, or you see what I'm saying, or not having a sellout. Like me keeping you, no brainer.
Nigga
We
lose
selling
him
out.
and you got Ryan Fitzpatrick.
You
coming
feel
in
me? You
this bitch.
see what I'm saying? That's the difference between niggas signing their season passes or niggas just buying one ticket.
Or you got the 17-year-old vet
You feel
that's
me?
coming in trying to.
You feel me? That's the difference between, like I said, that's the difference between a nigga want to sign up for a season pass or they just buy one
Football
game.
is trash, bro. That's why I ain't watched that shit in years because that shit is so predictable. Like,
That's why I watch it. I mean, I ain't watched it since Colin Kaepernick.
I watched it say I ain't.
I mean to say I ain't watched that shit since Colin Kaepernick. Fuck them niggas. I mean it. Not since that Colin Kaepernick shit, cause you know the nigga showed me where they stand. I gotta show them where I stand. I ain't gotta participate. I mean, it's a million things on TV, bro. I ain't gotta watch football. Like, don't get me wrong, and I like football, but I ain't gotta watch this shit. Like, I mean, I'm never gonna. You know what I mean? Like, I can go
Bro,
play the video.
I like
games.
basketball, but I don't only watch like 3 games this season. Like, it ain't.
Well, yeah,
I don't
no,
have time,
That's
like-
the other part. It's way easier to do that shit when you don't know nobody in the fucking league in the first place. Like they were saying,
Oh yeah, I'll never go back to football because I don't know anybody
Right.
now. Like I could try to tune in. Like Net, she like fuck it. I'm gonna watch football. So when the Cowboys on, like when that shit come on, I be like, all right, I know that nigga, but I don't know this nigga,
Right.
and they like, oh, he's one of the best. I'm like, nigga, who the fuck is this nigga?
Right. I don't know none of these niggas. I don't know none of these niggas. I couldn't tell you what none of these niggas look like. None of
The first game I watched Patrick Mahomes, he won the Super Bowl. The next game I watched Patrick Mahomes, he looked horrible in the Super Bowl.
Like, see, I'm saying
like that's how much football I done watched.
yeah. Some games, I mean, it'd be hard to avoid because people would be watching them, so I see it. But I like if I'm sitting at my house, you ain't gonna come over here and I'm probably gonna have no football on. Anything dealing with NFL. I mean, because there's a million more things I can watch. You got YouTube. I can watch boxing highlights. I go back and watch a UFC fight I already saw.
How much YouTube do you think you watch a week?
Oh, mostly YouTube, probably. Mostly YouTube, probably.
But how much time do you think you watch?
18 hours.
No, it's more than that.
A week?
motherfucker. A
No,
week?
I meant like in a day.
In a day, shit. The whole day it gonna probably be on. Now I might like watch my Sling or some shit, Netflix, but like most time, like I'm just gonna be watching different videos because I just be having different thoughts. So I might watch some stock videos, and then that bit might go off before I change it. And that hoe might go to a Vlad interview.
So you be hitting the rabbit hole.
Right, and then I might go from that Vlad interview. I might start watching this, that.
But how much time a week do you think that you?
Know what I'm saying? I couldn't really quantify it. It's that much.
Is it more than 5 hours a week?
It's way more than that.
So you don't have. How long is American Skin? Where the fuck is my phone? How long is American Skin, bro? This nigga telling me he got 5 hours for YouTube, nigga. I've been asking you for 3 months to watch this fucking movie, my nigga.
He was gathering the bitches.
Yeah. What you say?
And
Put
he
it in
was
your
like,
catcher's mitt. You want to put it in the?
Yeah, he knocked that bitch out the park. You couldn't even.
What you mean?
You need to add fireworks to that bitch.
I don't be watching.
That motherfucker right there. Change real quick.
I don't be watching. I don't be watching that much movies.
American Skin. There you go.
I don't be watching that many movies. I be watching mostly like documentaries and little battle rap stuff.
An hour and 30 minutes.
Oh wow, that's on the short end.
That's a very long time.
This nigga.
So 3 episodes.
Something I could be watching.
30-minute.
For a black movie that you don't, I don't want the typical black movie. Like American Skin gonna have to pay me as much as you haven't watched
All
this
right,
movie.
just text me and then I'll watch it. Just text me, watch it when it's not this day, and I'll watch it. Cause I'm not gonna remember. I don't care to
Man, my
remember.
phone was acting up that day, man.
Call me then.
I thought I replied, but
Call me
Gotta
and
push
confirm.
button, like.
Call me and confirm that that's what happened. Then call me so I know, and I'm
I'm gonna have to come over here and put it on this TV and sit down and watch it with him.
Right. And even then, you still gotta be like,
trash.
Oh no.
Y'all are trash. For trying to
couldn't
do
even
that.
engage.
I would never do that to you.
You just said like 10 minutes ago you was ready, so you know what I'm saying. I was
My bad.
trying to see where you was at, man.
Well, I thought we was talking about Deshaun Watson, but I guess this is secretly just a calculation to figure out how much time I spend not watching American Skin.
It's gonna be like the SpongeBob shit.
Shout out to Dubz.
Much later.
Go out to
Episode 67. Oh man, y'all niggas seen American Skin? Like, nigga, what?
That's how it be. You gotta be bored enough, bro. I could be doing like push-ups or something.
Or watching fucking 12 hours of YouTube.
Probably. But it's always helpful. I now know the exact size rims, the tires, width, depth, length that I want. Exactly. I know I know what kind of calipers. Color
It is the
I
number
want.
2 search engine, like for a
Right.
reason. Like
I know
the fucking
exactly
the do-it-yourself shit on there,
right.
boy.
I know exactly the arrow pack to get. I know which coilovers I want. I know right. I know what size turbo I'm probably gonna be looking at for the type of horsepower range I want to be in. You still keep the car like you see what I'm saying. I also know how to trade options down to how you do reverse calculations and stuff like that.
Look out for Rick Code,
Yes,
Pimp My
right.
Ride 2, coming soon.
Right. Look that up. You know what I mean? Wonder how exhibit
Luxury vehicles.
you got the screen in the
Then,
back for all
you
the
know what I
stock
mean?
options.
Wonder what exhibit been up to. Search exhibit. Oh damn, he got a new coffee shop. He doing a show about coffee beans. Let me watch that.
That rabbit hole, my nigga, like
Vicious. Take you down all
fucking algorithm, man. You watching some shit, you be like, oh shit, nigga, what?
Right. Or you walk come over, suggest you watch
Did you watch some Kevin Gates?
watch a lady read a script about an NL killer, and then come to find out there's a whole channel of just niggas that's in court telling you what the fuck happened. That you could just listen to court cases and how niggas was telling it, cause they was telling it. Like First 48 don't do that shit justice. Them niggas be singing.
Did you watch some Kevin Gates parodies?
Nope. Brother, you gotta hit me up when it's not this time.
Shoes.
Nah. They got a parody for that one? Cause that's one of his most famous interviews. But like, these is like Kevin Gates like living his like everyday life. But it's a dude that kind of look like him. But he got a dude that look like Floyd Mayweather, Kodak Black, NBA YoungBoy, and fucking that dude Wings.
I mean, you told me about it already. Like I said, you just gotta text me.
Like,
I'll be remembering this shit.
That shit be funny as fuck.
Y'all
bro.
came in what I was doing.
It was
watching
one of them
the
YouTube
podcast.
rabbit holes that I went
That's
down.
the only way I know what the fuck
and I found that
actually
shit. And that shit was funny as hell.
In most cases, I remember very small amounts of what the fuck I actually said. I always go back and be like, that nigga was spitting. I agree with everything he was saying. This is very dope.
Yeah. When I be
Finally,
editing,
somebody
I
I
be like,
can listen
damn, we
to."
said that shit? Like,
Finally, somebody I can listen to. I can get into this guy. And it's their 34th episode. Oh, man. I might need to go back and check out some shit.
longevity, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Hit the notification bell when you get done with all of that.
Ding!
Then also tell your mama I said hey. Just being respectful.
I think I might get into animation, bro. Like, I think I'll...
Are you gonna get into hentai?
No.
That's a big market. Very big market. OnlyFans for hentai.
I never really got into like the cartoon 3D shit, bro. Like that shit be weird.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes, and I was like the storylines and all that shit. It's just like
The cartoon joints, you know,
Yeah.
where they be like just basically like cartoon porn. Hentai.
3D, fucking.
You know that's what we was talking about.
What's that?
Yeah. That's like cartoon porn. I just said it.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
they be having like cartoon characters or like
I don't even know how you said that.
random fucking characters. Like it's sometimes it's like
Really?
yeah,
That's fucking crazy.
not really. Some of them is alright, but then it's like
Hentai? Is that what you said?
I think it's
yeah.
yeah. Hentai or hentai.
Hentai? Interesting. They got all
You
types
never
of
been
shit.
watching porn and be scrolling through and it got like the random fucking like cartoon character fucking ad shit.
You know that type of shit right there.
Yeah, but you know, I did pay no attention.
That type of shit.
Yeah, what you just said.
Yeah, cartoon porn. But it's like anime, but it's just like cartoon porn.
Interesting. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't?
Of course. I mean, they already be tiptoeing on that line with most anime cartoons anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, like, have you
pretty
seen
much,
the anime girls?
The
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the whole thing, the whole
Right. And
whole foundation of it.
right.
The look, the dressing, and how they're built,
Right.
everything.
Where now to the point that became a whole real life category. Like there's chicks that don't actually get naked. They do cams and shit, but they just dress like Sailor Moon for it, or they dress like you see what I'm saying, or
Like cosplay?
Yeah, that cosplay shit. Whatever your favorite character is, they dress in that character and do shit. Might be playing a video game dressed as, you know what I mean, from Street Fighter
Right.
with the buns. I forget her name.
Chung Li.
Chung Li, yeah. Right. Or Christy from Street Fighter. I mean, from Tekken or Wonder Woman
What about Killer Instinct?
right.
I don't know.
I was gonna say who was in Killer Instinct that was sexy.
Soul Calibur.
The Jade one.
He was like,
You know what I'm talking about?
I can't
What
talk
the
shit.
fuck is? She had the yellow fucking things, if I remember correctly. No?
I'm trying to fuck with you, my nigga over here trying to talk shit about Soul Calibur like he don't respect the craft.
What'd he say? You said Soul Calibur?
Yeah.
They had attractive bitches in Soul Calibur, nigga. Quit playing. Put some respect on Soul Calibur, nigga. Nigga really trying to hate on Soul Calibur like it wasn't a top tier game. It's the best. Just see what I'm saying? Sofita. Off the top. That's how they, but that's that's how they be in the anime. Soul Calibur.
Tigos.
You feel me? That's off the top. This first one pulled up. As soon as it pulled up, quit playing with Soul Calibur, nigga. Of course, it had them anime bitches. Anime hoes. No, it had them. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? That was most of the motherfucking characters. Was anime bitches. Cause niggas is weirdos. And they be into that. They wanna fight with bad bitches.
What's that? Y'all seen that show, Black Mirror?
What's
Mhm.
that?
I think I seen like one of the seasons of that.
Yeah.
Black Mirror?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's
It's on Netflix.
I think so.
Yeah.
Um,
Netflix.
yeah. Fucking. They got
Different scenarios every show.
Yeah, each episode. I think it's like a British show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been watching like Crunchyroll and YouTube mainly lately.
Oh,
I got.
you check out Black Mirror. That was one
Yeah.
where
I
they
just ain't
had
been on YouTube. I mean Netflix like that.
they had
Cause they don't really ain't have really a lot of shows that I like to watch updated.
well,
I
that's
know
definitely.
Oh
one
yeah,
that you
this
need to check
like
out.
recently they've been falling off, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm debating whether I even still want that hoe. You don't even be using
T-Mobile pay for mine, so
Yeah.
Right.
shout out to T-Mobile.
I don't be using the hoe for nothing but some background noise at night. I could do that with YouTube for free. Or Sling TV, which I pay for, or some shit. You know?
They stepped their game up.
Yeah, Sling, they got DVR, all of this.
I was mad. We was watching the fucking Thunder versus like the Warriors fucking finals when Sling first came out.
That hoe did
And that hoe like froze. Nigga, we done cooked and barbecued and shit. Nigga sitting there with their plate trying to watch the game and like
It was bad. And it
Yeah.
was just like.
yeah, that shit
they
came
tryna
on and it
pull
was like,
up on their phone and shit. Like,
it came up in the third quarter, bro. And we
Yeah.
was like, nigga. Like
just-
it came on and like froze while like Westbrook was doing something, and then like
Like,
we
never-
just sitting there like we went outside, smoked, came back,
trying to check the score
restart
on the
that bitch. Like,
Damn.
I hated Sling when it first came out. Like,
CTC. By the way.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. You don't talk about.
I mean, if y'all stepped y'all game up since then, that was what like 2016, 2017, maybe 15.
I think it was 17. Could have been 18. But I don't think.
I think it was 16 because
Sling ain't that
Warriors.
old.
Warriors fucking that wasn't the finals, that was like the Western Conference Finals.
Sling ain't that
And they
old.
went on to play LeBron. So that had to be like 2016.
I don't think Sling that old. But it could be. I could be tripping. Then again, maybe I'm not.
Warriors fucking
Just hope it ain't the cops.
Warriors Thunder. 2016.
So I was right.
Yeah. Cause I didn't know Cannon the first year I lived at that crib that I'm at now.
I was right
I knew
then.
him later on.
Yeah, I was right.
That nigga said it ain't that old.
And then I said I could be tripping.
Huh? Yeah.
So I was right.
He was tripping.
So I was right. Yeah, I was right. Always remember, I'm always right.
That nigga throw the 50-50. But I'm gonna say this, but let me throw this in there too. So.
Hedge that bet, baby. Ain't nobody said it wasn't allowed. The bookie allowed it. Here's my
I'm
bet.
gonna break even.
Feel
And
I'm
be
break
cool
even.
with it.
I was right. I'll let you tell it. I mean, I was right, you know. But yeah, man. What you think gonna happen to him? What you think he finna what you think he gonna do?
Go to another team and ball the fuck out.
22 allegations.
Acting like he Bill Cosby, bro.
No, well shit, man. Nah, I think a motherfucker that understood the sweet sign.
Nigga come out and say he wanna buy NBC and it's like, oh nigga.
Well,
you
shit,
can do
I
that.
don't know if that was necessarily what happened with Bill Cosby or whatever the fuck. I think they try to catch them in, like, I feel like we don't know how far shit go.
Mhm.
Shit could go as far as they be having niggas following these niggas to get dirt on these niggas.
They could
Early
have been
on.
had the dirt on them.
You feel me? And then they just,
You gotta wait till the right time to
You feel
use
me?
it.
And then they just,
You don't want to waste your
you know what I'm
ammo.
saying? Well, no, that's called collecting intel. When you people that like like again, it's in all the movies. People that really move with power, not the niggas that be like beefing from a nigga with a nigga cross. I'm talking about the niggas that be making them chest moves and shit.
Yeah.
Nigga be having, you see what I'm saying? They have cinders in their
Yeah,
back
you let
pocket.
a nigga do his thing for a little bit.
You
nah.
feel me?
Oh, nigga, you think you finna really get on? Like, oh, nah, nigga, you done for.
Then whenever needed, press that button. That's how they get them cinders in their back pocket. They be to son them some money or some shit for some shit that they can incriminate them with. Or, you know what I mean? Or something like that. Put them in a situation. Right. I mean, it's in the movies. I'm saying it's in the movies because I know niggas watch movies more than they watch documentaries. But it's definitely in the documentaries. You know what I mean? Like, about people like him. You know what I mean? Abbott and Anastasia, them whole families. They was the you know, Al Capone and them guys. They was the literal foundation. Lefty Lucky Luciano is attributed with creating what, you know what I mean, is considered organized crime when he created the 5 mob families, you know, with the commission and all that. And they tell these stories like how these niggas been on it. That's what they say. That's how they even say we even got to. They were telling the story about the mob and the history of the mob. And they basically explained that the mob is kind of the reason why the government even started focusing on black people.
Mm-hmm.
And multiple mobsters have said this shit at this point. You know what I mean? Because they be talking to them niggas about the Jimmy Hoffa situation. They be talking to them about the J. Edgar Hoover situation. If you don't know who J. Edgar Hoover was basically the head of the FBI, the founder of what is considered the FBI in the way they move now. He created a lot of forces, you know, departments and shit like that. You know what I mean? Right. He the one with the wiretaps. He the ones that created the war on the Black Panthers. And it said that the reason why that was because the mafia had blackmail information on him being an undercover homosexual. And again, this is not, you know, no slander or nothing to no homosexual or nothing like that. I'm saying at this time, you gotta remember when this man was, you know, doing these things, homosexuality was definitely not as accepted as it is now.
and it definitely wasn't something that any politician was gonna be able to do by far. Like if you was gay, you might be good in your community, but you down sure ain't finna be the head of the FBI, be no gay out gay man. You know what I mean? So
Not at that time.
you know, in an effort to protect his secrets, he had to make a decision between investigating them and other people that could potentially be deemed as a crime faction. And the Black Panthers just happened to be an easy target.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't had nothing to do with racism, none of that. Just happened to be an easy target. There was a group of people that had guns and shit that a nigga could say or paint a narrative on, and they went with it. And fast forward, you get all the shit that you get now with all of those. You see what I'm saying? That shit, it come from there, cause you know nobody don't ever have to admit they wrong. They just keep going, doing what they doing, or whatever the fuck. Or later on, somebody find a benefit for it, like the prison pipeline, the way they spiked up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They start realizing how to make real bread with that shit. Before they were just playing with it. They had niggas out there in fields and shit. It's like, oh no, you can make these niggas do anything. They had them niggas in California, they firefighters that they don't pay. They got niggas, you see what I'm saying? Like, right. 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 These niggas, no pay, no nothing. Firefighters supposed to get benefits, this, that, third, pensions, all of this shit. Depending on what kind of fire, might have a union, some other shit. You know what I mean? All this shit. Nope, you in prison. Niggas just go and get on the fire truck. They just happen to be outside the jail. Nigga gotta go risk his motherfucking life.
Right.
Yeah, this is regular. All that shit come from calculated moves that somebody made, picking and choosing, and they'll pick and choose how they do that shit. And but people don't realize how far. And this ain't no conspiracy theory. It's been proven time and time again by declassified government records. That the motherfuckers will move them pieces however they need to move them to make that shit seem like whatever it is at the time. After the fact, the government come out with some redacted, declassified paper that at least let you get the gist without giving you all of the info.
Yeah.
And then, but at that time, it was some reporter. They made that motherfucker look crazy. That motherfucker ended up dying in the same asylum. Somewhere. You see what I'm saying? Like, at that time, it was some motherfucking doctors that went missing at that time. Now, after the fact, they give you whatever they give you.
I think the crazy, like, I don't know why, but like last week, I was like thinking about like the craziest shit like I ever seen in school. And I think it had to be like the JFK assassination, like in like 5th grade.
Right.
I was like, why the fuck are y'all showing me this shit, bro?
They said the
Fifth
mafia
grade?
was in. They said the mafia was responsible for that.
Yeah, like, yeah, it was 5th grade.
They said
Because it was the year
mafia.
before we went outside to the portables.
I forgot what
That was
family.
6th grade.
I forgot what family era that was, but they said the mafia was responsible for that. They said, and I'm saying this is coming from mob members. Now they could just be claiming some shit just 'cause they can or whatever the fuck, because it's other people to blame. But no, they were saying that basically I mean, it's already been documented that the Kennedys wasn't all the way straight. That's been documented. Whatever degree you want to take that, as they wasn't all the way just politicians. They had dealt with some other shit. There's a history. Their family was in bootlegging and shit like. So they had been a part of different shit. And his brother, John F. Kennedy brother, was the one that really doomed all them niggas because he kept chasing the mob and trying to indict them niggas and shit like that. And this is back in, again, John F. Kennedy time, so this is way before cameras, you know what I mean, all that shit that would stop a nigga from being like, bruh, I will come outside and shoot you in the face. Like, don't play with me. Like, man, you know what I mean? Like, when a nigga really, like, I'm saying this is just about the time when guns is good enough to really get a nigga up out of there with one shot and go. And if you don't, then them bitches is full clip. You know what I mean? Like, revolvers and shit, you know what I mean, been perfected by this time. But ain't no goddamn cameras. Ain't no damn DNA. And you see what I'm saying? Like, being a mobster at that time, yeah, that shit made sense. Hell, we would have probably been mobsters or something. If it was, you know what I mean? Because you come up in a different
background, environment.
like, you know what I mean? Like, right. Like, as
The
far
whole
as
way of life is
right.
completely different.
Right, you know what I mean? Or we would have been pimps or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it just wasn't no pimping and hoeing was like well, pimping and hoeing, that shit was like a simple charge. Like a nigga get out the same day, they pay you like a $250 ticket and get out. It wasn't like none of that shit human trafficking if you pimping. So don't get caught pimping, boy, because you going up that road. And it's going to be for a minute. And definitely going to get caught with nothing else. Don't get caught human
Why
trafficking.
you pimping? Oh,
right, you know what I mean? Human trafficking with a controlled substance and a loaded weapon or something so old, boy.
Good luck.
Somebody give me that white handkerchief so I can wave it to her like when nigga be on that boat. Because you gone. You're gone. You're out of the way. You're down the road. You're right. You're sailing. Take me away from my vanity. That way your ass, you up the road with it. So yeah, no. But at that time, that shit wouldn't probably seem like that much of an obstacle because it wasn't. You go to jail, you get out. You got bail money. Call one of your chicks, tell them, bro, come pay the motherfucking bill, the fine. Like, nigga wasn't doing no jail time. Not for pimping. Nigga wasn't doing a lot of jail time for a bunch of shit. Like, shit, nigga wasn't doing a lot of jail time for drugs at that time. That's what a nigga was talking about, like, and I mean, you know, even like, when you watch documentaries about, like, Rick Ross and them niggas, they'll tell you, like, shit, because before crack, they ain't had them laws. It was just like, nigga might get caught with a brick of cocaine and do a year. He back on the street selling cocaine. Mm-hmm. Like, that
if
was
he
like,
even did a year, because
that's right. That's what I'm saying. Like, he get out on good behavior on that year.
Right.
In like 8 months, he back on the street selling cocaine before the year end. Nigga got arrested in 90 and was back on the street in 90.
I gotta listen to that Plugs I bet
Getting
too.
it right, you know what I mean? Getting it in. I gotta check that out too.
Yeah.
I heard Benny the Butcher supposed to be doing a song with Lloyd Banks, by the way. I don't want to go too far. So, yeah. It's on the way. Lloyd Banks commented on it. I said, what? Lloyd Banks got a Twitter?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that nigga be on Twitter like that. Yeah, no, I'm saying that Lloyd Banks is actually on. But yeah, no.
That nigga dropped a freestyle a couple months ago that was fire, bro. I was like,
Oh no, Lloyd Banks ain't never spit no whack shit. Lloyd Banks ain't never made no bad song. 50 Cent.
I think I would put
50 Cent
Lloyd
said it
Banks better
himself.
than Jada Kiss.
50 Cent said it himself. He said basically Lloyd Banks was just lazy. Like, if Lloyd Banks, he was like basically.
He is, bro.
Yeah, cause like think about how many albums.
I mean,
Lloyd
not
Banks
lazy, but I think he better than Jada Kiss. Like,
Well, no, I mean, productivity wise,
he had better
like,
albums like Jada
Well, no,
Kiss
yeah,
albums.
you know he did. No, I'm saying just productivity wise, 50 Cent was just saying he didn't want to do a lot of shit. Like I mean, you could pretty much tell from every interview or anything. Like, he a pretty chill dude. From whatever he's like, he don't ever. You ask him a question, it's like, yo, yeah, so, yeah, we wanted to.
He just
really,
waiting for the freestyle part.
right? You know what I mean?
Like, nigga,
really.
I gotta answer these questions.
Do the
I
project.
got like 10 minutes of raps that I could do.
Cam over,
And we can
with
leave.
the can soda, you can over. That's when he gonna start getting up. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. He just not. So shows, nigga wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? The shit that really get a nigga going. Cause I mean, you gotta realize
He would be perfect for this time frame.
right.
Cause now You could just come out and rap.
Right.
You could drop your videos,
Stream.
stream.
Like, right. That's why you probably just posted that right now, where like it's perfect time for Lloyd Banks to make a resurgence, cause yeah, niggas got time to listen. If you come out with a tape or album right now, niggas got time for it. What else they got to do?
I think like Lloyd Banks, his albums was like always like, even the fucking Hunger for More 2 was like, damn, you pretty much almost was like kind of equal to the first one. Like, if you would have kept going with the albums, like
You ain't listen to Lloyd Banks' album? Guess out the country grammar, fresh out the country slammer. No, I'm a platinum planner. Check out my Ice Pig. You remember that Playboy?
you never heard Beamer, Benz, or Bentley.
Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Beamer, Benz,
This
or
fucking
Bentley.
Joel
Bitch, my kids
Santana
couldn't have
fucking-
Bentley. I'm cool. I'm so damn rude. I'm nice. I'm pools. Everything bad news.
Yeah, that was a radio song. Like my shit
Get
was
in
the
my Beamer, Benz, or Bentley.
my shit was the
Beamer, Benz,
I'm
or
so
Bentley.
fly.
Beamer, Benz, or
I
Bentley.
got money. Like that and the fucking one with the alarm clock shit that went off at the beginning. The doo 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 doo.
Man, that nigga
You my
album
nigga
was
too.
straight heat, bro.
Whoa, my
like
nigga,
that Karma.
whoa.
Remember that joint he did with Carrie Hilson, that Karma? That not what you used to.
What time frame was this?
Lloyd Banks, the first one, 03.
Right. This is back in the gap.
He came right after 50.
This is when a nigga was in.
And then 03,
this was when a nigga was in
04-ish type
school,
shit.
Right. Nigga was in high school when a nigga had time all day.
Yeah.
I don't think a nigga got is music. You know what I mean?
Because I think the
I'm
fucking...
just rapping and checking out who the fuck rapping with.
I think the G Unit album,
Right. Cold.
the
too.
My Buddy, wherever I go.
Man. Man, G Unit made a song, bro, and I heard that bitch on Shade 4 or 5 one time, and I swear I could never ever find that song nowhere. And I looked at the title, you know, back when you used to play that shit on your TV, on DirecTV, and that shit used to have the title used to be up in the top, and it show you the name of the song and who made it, whatever. You know, you go to them faraway channels in the hundreds or whatever the fuck. That shit, it was like, if I make it to heaven or something like that. And I never could find that hoe. That hoe was so hard. But I think it was probably just like a song they played because they was on Shade 4 or 5 that the niggas had recorded. That they had nothing to do
They
with
fuck with
nothing.
Eminem. So
Right, you know what I mean?
just-
They had nothing to do with nothing. It wasn't no release that was actually playing. It was just a song they had recorded that they had access to and could play and did. And if you heard it, you heard it. If you didn't, it was a moment in time. So somebody else feels just like me somewhere. They might be out there on this journey. Like they'll tell me in the comments, like, "Oh yeah, I know that song." So, like, if I make it to heaven, I hope I don't go through hell or some shit like that. Something with heaven in it. That's the only thing I remember at that point. How many songs did they had that had a hook with heaven in it? Right. Can't be that many. There wasn't no gospel song.
Yeah. The only 50 shit that I remember is that I gotta make it to heaven for going through hell or whatever
Right.
you said.
I gotta make it to heaven for going through hell. I know that one. That's on Get Rich or Die Trying. Nah, this was the G Unit.
I think that's one of his best songs, bro. Like,
Nah, that's not. That Nobody Likes Me.
the verses on that whole nigga, he killed that.
Shit, not like he did on Nobody Likes Me. Nobody likes me. Nobody likes me, but that's okay, cause I don't like y'all anyway. No, I don't like y'all anyway. It's the last track on that joint. It's like a feature. It's like a bonus track. Fuck all y'all. I let my gas talk for me. My whip talk for me. Like the way he was spitting on there, bro. Niggas, that nigga was. That nigga
Wow,
was
what up, homie?
right.
I remember that.
How nigga start that bitch? Damn, how you start that hoe. That nigga came in that bitch spit. On that hoe right there, 50 really shitted on him. Damn, you heard that shit? 50 really did it on him. When I don't like a nigga, I don't pretend to. I have the paramedics wrapping your head like a fucking Hindu. Like, that nigga was mad. That's when that nigga was angry for real. Like, that song right there, that song right there was kind of motherfucking, that's what I'm saying. That bitch was banging out there. Cause that nigga meant that shit.
Yeah.
And
Like that song, and then that one where he was like, "I've been in this position before, grandma crib." Niggas outside of her door, like that one right there.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like classic. Like,
You know what I'm saying? That nigga meant that shit. That back when that nigga was dissing everybody. Doom. Can't believe we agreed on something. Let's get back into something that we might not agree on.
lowering the rim.
Oh yeah. What you think?
So when Shaq was like, when I finally watched the clip, and he was like, they need to lower the rim, blah blah blah, and I'm like, well, their 3-point line is shorter, and they used to shooting to a certain height, and then when I started looking at what niggas wanted them to lower the rim to, 8'5".
Nah, that's too low.
That's too low.
You got women.
Cadence and Anaya was shooting on 8-foot rims, bro, and they was 5 and 6.
Nah, that's too low.
So
I thought they meant like maybe like a few inches, maybe down to 9.
niggas don't want to give him the 9'5".
Well, technically it'd be 9'6" to go like halfway. I would say 9'6" would be a good halfway.
Cause each rim is 10 foot.
Right.
So
I say 9'6", because that extra 6 inches will add the ability of not everybody, but it will add. It'll make it where the actual jump. You see what I'm saying? The jumpers in the WNBA, that gives them like
but
Vince
you
Carter and them.
You gotta get used to shooting to a different height, and
That'll be the hardest adjustment.
Yeah.
But like Vince Carter, niggas like Dwight Howard be complaining about the rim too low for them. Like, you realize how low the rim was to LeBron at one point in his career? Like, I remember pictures of LeBron and that nigga was literally dunking that bitch, and this nigga head was just like this with the rim.
Oh yeah, that be
What
the
you
ones
supposed to
where
block
he cocking,
that? Right.
He cocking that bitch back while he.
How you
looking
supposed to
at
How you supposed to block that? What you supposed to do at that point? When a nigga coming down,
You don't want to be Jason Terry, my nigga, because that nigga got knocked down.
You got 6'8", 240 or 2. No, at that time he was like 260. That back when he was bigger, before he lost. You know what I mean? 260 nigga coming down, and every time he jump towards the rim, this is his position on the rim. Now you may or may not be able to jump that high, but what you're defending is something that is right here now. In comparison to him being able to shoot from 30 feet away, he is now right here on an object that is to him right here.
Bro, Westbrook was like 6'8".
You lucky he don't stick both of his hands in that bitch when he do it just for emphasis or some shit. Like, you lucky he don't start getting tricky with it. Like,
That's crazy, bro. Cause
Right.
like if Westbrook was like 6'8", he would be like LeBron, bro.
Right. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. Now, that's what I'm saying. Like, Westbrook would still be able to dunk if the rim was a little higher. Now, I don't think he'd be able to dunk if it was like 12 feet, like how Dwight Howard wanted it. But Vince Carter wanted the rim a little higher just because, shit, niggas like LeBron was hurting themselves because the rim is only 10 feet. And if I'm jumping over the rim, the backboard is under the rim, which means what, Chad? It means that when I'm coming down, in most cases, the backboard is hitting my head. Ow, that hurts. Who arranged you? Shout out to TK Kirkland. Because y'all didn't decide to let the rim up, so the backboard is hitting me in the head.
So during Women's Month, you willing to say let the rim down so they can.
No, not let it down like how you saying. Like when you said it, make it sound like you just like drop that hoe like they preschools or something. No, I'm saying that
The ball already not the
I'm
same
saying the
size.
tallest women in the NBA, and the highest jumping women in the NBA, like Candace Parker and stuff, they can dunk.
I mean, that was Candace Parker in her prime. Like,
Right, in
when
her
we was in
prime.
high school, Candace Parker was like,
In dunk contest
Yeah.
that she won. But I watched that dunk contest that she won. The nigga missed his dunk, she made her. She won it. She was in the dunk contest in the first place. But she was, you see what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like she was actually doing dunks. She wasn't just running up there grabbing the rim. She was dunking that bitch. But yeah, that was in her prime. And as she get older, she gonna lose a lot of that jumping ability from what we've seen with women, with the women's pro basketball athletics, as far as like how their drop off is. Like, it's not gonna be like LeBron's. So that's just another reason why you let the rim down a little bit, which gives them an extra bit of longevity for to make that money. Cause like, think about if Candace Parker can play like LeBron now for 10 years of her career instead of just 4 years when she's still in her youthful leg stage.
Candace
She
Parker
can
been
jump.
playing for like, what, 12, 13? Like, she been
Right,
there for a
and so
minute, nigga.
imagine what WNBA if it would be if 10 of those years she was running around that bitch, swinging on the rim. Right, imagine what it'd be on TV right now. You see what I'm saying? If that from them, she been in the league for 12 years. You imagine 12 years ago,
9-6?
years, right? It was 9-6, and she been swinging on the rim.
I'll
and
give you
shit.
9-6.
Right. Would you say you see what I'm saying? Wouldn't you think you'd see a little bit
That's
more
a hell of
WNBA?
an adjustment on the shot.
It's not that big of an adjustment though. We're talking about 6 inches, so we're talking about what, something like this much off the rim from where it's at. We're not talking about the moon and stars. I'm not saying drop that hoe to where niggas gotta start. Like 6 inches, yeah, it's gonna be a adjustment, but it's not that much of an
But if you've been
adjustment.
hooping your whole life and shit, like,
Well, they play with a smaller ball.
but they've always played with a smaller ball.
Right, they play with a smaller ball. A lot of the chicks that come up though, they come outside and hoop with dudes because ain't no women's arena to go hoop at. So they hoop with men's balls.
Right.
So most of the time, most of the chicks I know that was cold playing basketball will hoop with us. Then for the games, they just go and play with a fucking small ball. And they just shoot it. They fucking could make the adjustment. It wasn't fucking rocket science for them. And the ball was, nigga, the ball was much smaller, man. Come on, man. Don't make this so hard. The ball, like, yes, all of the chicks that you know that was ballers would hoop with niggas that hoop with a regular size ball, and they would go to fucking
Courtney
school
Lee.
and go to fucking the women's basketball game and dominate that hoe with a women's size regulated ball with no problem.
Fucking Courtney Lee, she would be out there hooping with us in the morning, and then she'd go to basketball practice and like.
Right. I agree.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't be that much of an adjustment.
No.
You shooting on a 10-foot rim, you shoot on a 9-6 rim. I'm not saying you shoot on a 10-foot rim, then we're going to drop that hoe down to 8-5. So now you got to, you see what I'm saying? Now, like, no, it's going to be a little bit lower. But you shooting with a ball that's a little bit smaller. They do it all the time. No problem.
Right.
They have no problem doing it. When we go to the park, we ball on concrete and all of that. You go to a gym and feel different basketball. Niggas shoot on a double rim.
Nigga go shoot at a rim with no net.
You feel
Like,
me? Nigga
and
done
that's
shot
the hardest
on rim.
shit.
Niggas
right
done
there,
shot on.
boy.
I done shot on 12-foot rims. I done shot on rims with no backboard.
Oh, you remember the park where one rim was like 9 foot, and then everybody was dunking on that end, and then the other rim was like the regulation height.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
We want this side.
Yeah.
We want this side.
Right. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. But did they have a problem shooting like that?
not really, because you could go in, you could shoot on both ends.
Yes. And that rim was a whole foot lower than the other rim. I'm not even suggesting it. I'm just saying half of a foot down. That gives Candace Parker potentially 6 more years of dunking this thing. To where, you see what I'm saying? You can market that. You can market that now. You can market because now Candace Parker ain't the only one. Because that's always been the issue. It's always been like one chick in the WNBA that can dunk.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it's been like 22 dunks
Right.
the entire time. From when
Right.
we was like
So
little
it's-
kids
right.
when they came out till
Lisa
now.
Lizzie was like the
And
first one.
like 14 or 15 of them, 14 to 16 of them dunks was like all-star weekend dunks where we putting on the show and it's fast break type shit.
Right. You see what I'm saying? But
But
You
would you
consider-
say it during Women's Month?
when you consider how many highlights on NBA, men's NBA games, do you see where it's just a nigga dribbling or doing some layup versus you gonna see some where somebody throwing an alley oop to somebody from half court off a bounce pass and Blake Griffin is catching his hoe on a windmill. You're like, I want to see what's happening right now. Seems like they're having some fun out there. Might want to tune into that. Now I ain't saying. Now if you just into the sweet science of basketball, and I ain't talking to those people because
Yeah.
those people gonna be,
WNBA, they got like way better fundamentals than
right. You know what I mean?
NBA. Like,
You know, you
it's
gonna
no question there.
You gonna
like,
watch the WNBA because in the WNBA, nobody's just super athletic to the degree that they are in the NBA.
and that is where I want to bring my point to end.
But I think that's more so based on.
Let me know what it's based on.
That's based. What I was gonna say is that's based on the height of the rim because in the
So-
NBA you got guys that's literally specialized like Gerald Green. Gerald Green is not really.
He was a dunker when he came in, but
Right.
now he shoots threes.
Now he shoots. That's what I'm saying.
Him and
So-
J.R. Smith
Right.
could
him and-
do any dunk ever,
Right.
but a
Right.
couple years later, them niggas ain't doing nothing but shooting threes.
Right, because
and it wasn't even like 5 years into their career, like nigga.
Right,
it's-
because-
you playing with them niggas on 2K and they jumping over everybody, and then the next couple years they 3-point percentage is.
right because Father Time is undefeated and them athletic.
But you want to give them the same Candace Parker timeline of like 3 to 4 years, like when J.R. Smith.
No, Gerald Green is dunking right now. I could pull up
he's
highlights.
not doing that in the game though.
Yes, he is.
Westbrook was on the Rockets. Harden was on the Rockets. Like
Yes, he
I
is.
watched the Rockets,
Brother,
and this nigga was shooting threes.
do we
The
got to
whole
do
time.
this?
This nigga's been hurt for like a year and a half. Like
We gotta
this
do
nigga
this.
might not even be in the league right now because he got hurt last year.
No, I'm saying Gerald Green.
I know about Gerald Green, bro. Like
Okay, so
I watched the games. He has an occasional dunk, but it's not on nobody. Like when
But let's go. Let's go, nigga. Bring your ass here, boy. Bring your ass here, boy. Now, before I was so rudely interrupted,
Splash.
you said that this motherfucker, he only did highlight dunks for 4 years, and then he became a 3-point shooter.
That's when he developed his shot. Like
So I want to take you down to Exhibit A and just remind you of when Gerald Green came to the NBA. Gerald Green been in the NBA since 2005, just to be clear. He's not in the NBA right now. He's been out.
he got hurt.
Yeah, because he got hurt, but but his last season was in 2018. What I showed you was season stats in 2018. What you said on the when you, right before we cut it was that he became a 3-point shooter and he had the occasional dunk, but it wouldn't be on anybody. It'd just be a whatever. Now, he had a lot of threes. Didn't say he didn't have any threes. But every dunk that you seen, when you seen the dunk, was it not on somebody? Was he not doing highlight dunks at the time when you saw him? And this was in 2018. You just saw the stats. Am I lying? I'm saying, do you not recall? Do I need to run it back so you can see how he was driving to the hole and dunking on niggas in 2018? Because I don't think you realize how long that is from a career standpoint for him to still be doing that. And that was his last season before he got hurt. He was doing that. I never said he didn't develop a shot, but you said his first 4 or 5 years. That was his first 4 or 5 years right there. That's 05 to what, 11? Because I guess he was out in 10 or something. Right there. No, he was definitely still doing highlight dunks in L.A., in Indiana, and Phoenix. He was definitely.
I mean, I'm not
still
saying that
doing
he didn't have the athleticism. I'm just saying he was a.
He was still doing it. I'm saying,
three-point
like,
fucking shooter,
yeah,
nigga.
J.R. Smith is a 3-point shooter. Yes, just the
That
same
nigga
way.
used to do the.
But
all
I'm saying,
the fucking.
but I don't think you were speaking to is somebody how their game fits in the game plan. I was speaking on what they promote for NBA highlights and things like that for sellability. And you know Gerald Green can shoot, but what come to your mind when you think of Gerald Green is them dunks.
When I was like way younger, yeah.
Yes, and that's what we talked about. You say he became a shooter in his older age, but you remember them dunks. You don't remember them shots. Them shots he just did, you can't remember none of them shits. I bet you can remember at least 3 or 4 dunks he did, though. I guarantee you, them bitches play like replays in your head. When I say Gerald Green, you remember when he was up on that nigga. You remember how you felt when he did that. You remember. You remember, nigga. Quit playing like you don't remember. You remember. You don't remember them shots. You don't remember when the nigga just, and Chris Paul passed to him and he made that 3. He can't remember that specific instant 3. He remember he shoot and he make it. Yeah. All day. But he remember them individual dunks.
Like I started like really watching basketball like later. Like
I ain't saying you didn't. I'm saying what you remember of Gerald Green, you remember them dunks.
it was video game shit.
But those is memorable still. You remember the dunks. You don't remember the threes you was shooting on there. You remember the dunks. Because dunks are exciting. Dunks are like a hammer. A 3 is like a good bacon and lettuce and tomato sandwich. And a dunk is like a good bacon and lettuce and tomato cheeseburger, man. It's that extra It's what it's, you know, a nice 3 on a nigga cross nigga over here with a nice 3, you like, ooh, nigga dunk on a nigga, that nigga gotta leave the gym. He gotta leave. He's done. We subbing him out. I talked about this. He's gone. You're not on the team anymore. You have to go watch us. Come on, Dubz. You in, bro. Go sit over there, bro. You good. You don't play after that. You gotta go home and reevaluate what you did wrong. Can't get dunked on in a street gym. They gonna world star your ass.
Yeah.
Nigga could have made all 3s.
Step back, hezzy.
You feel me? And that's cool.
Pause.
Right. That's cool. But yeah, with
Where
the
you going?
yams, it's over with. It's over with. Filet.
That nigga be like, step back, hezzy.
Tween.
Yeah.
Oh, double dribble cross. Oh, filet.
Where you going?
Come back here. Oh, going up for the EMC. Nigga named Filet on Instagram, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. Don't be acting like that's the same thing, bro. That dunk, them extra 6 years of her being able to do them highlight dunks and shit. That you talking about in that video game would be the difference between some kid actually wanting the WNBA video game.
But they just now started adding the WNBA to fucking like 2K and shit like that.
Right, but I'm saying that'll be the difference between.
So,
but that main reason is because of that ability, bro. When you used to buy live and stuff, go ahead.
So the one thing that I did want to point out was fucking the NCAA tournament. Like the big thing this weekend when it popped off yesterday was the facilities that the dudes had and the
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. I did want to talk about
that
it.
the women had, and it was kind of similar to high school shit, to where like.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't similar to high school.
No,
shit
in high school shit, like the dudes had access to like all this shit, and the chicks did certain shit, and it wasn't really like.
I mean, yeah, in that regard, but nah, not in high school. Cause I mean, in high school, the shit I seen, I don't know what you seen. The one I seen, they showed a girl what she was giving. She was showing a video, and it was like she was talking about the weight room that they had, and it was a fucking weight rack. Yeah. That was all of the weights that was all the exercise facility equipment.
But like, just imagine in high school, because I worked out with the girls during track season. Well, in the off season for me, like I'm not playing football. I'm only trying to play basketball, and when I'm not trying to play basketball, I'm running track. So during the off season, when I'm working out with the girls, I'm like, bro. When I'm working out with the football players, we over here, we doing this. Right. Like, we got access to the whole weight room. We just doing this over here. Like, I could do this shit at the crib. Like, why the fuck am I over here spending my off period doing this? Like, and y'all expect them to go out and win the state championship in track. And that's track. Like,
now we didn't have,
but y'all want to run me through the gauntlet like the whole time. Are you not playing football, nigga? You got stadiums and fucking all the extra like fucking bullshit that come with being like one of the top fucking. But for them, like, you're not even gonna give them the chance. When I seen that shit yesterday on ESPN, I was like, bro, like, that's the access that y'all giving them, like.
No, what I was saying, this ain't like high school though.
But it's a step above high school.
No, that shit is trash.
We talked about this on the podcast where Cheryl Swoops and a couple other like females were the only.
That was the weight room right there, bro. That's the whole weight room compared to the men's side.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That ain't.
You're not even giving them a chance to see if they can hit 10 feet, bro. Like,
what you mean?
College is a part of high school and college. You know what I'm saying? Is a part of development, body wise. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
that's a natural thing, man. You capping, bro.
I had natural talent, but at the same time, I still had to
when
work
it comes to
do.
dunking, it's niggas that can jump and it's niggas that can't jump, bro. You capping.
No, because I couldn't dunk at one point, but when I started working out with the football players and I started hitting the squats, and I had a little bit more spring to my shit.
I mean, you would have had a little bit more explosive force because, yeah, you got a little bit more power on your calves or whatever, but the ability for you to be able to jump that high was something.
I had a high vertical. But like as far as
if you got a high vertical, you gonna be able to dunk.
No, but it was
women historically don't have high verticals, and it ain't cause they don't work out. I'm saying I can go get a nigga, and you know a nigga that don't work out, never worked out, don't even fucking play basketball in school or nothing. They just was fucking strong, or they was just fucking able to dunk, or they was just fucking able to do something. I'm talking about some hood nigga that just be running around that can hoop.
That's like saying that every dude that's naturally talented could beat a chick that work at running all the time in a fucking foot race. Like, it's not gonna happen, bro.
I ain't saying that they can. I ain't saying no. Well, actually, that can happen depending on who the person is. But depending on who the person is, because a nigga could work. Bro, I know niggas that worked out that was weak as fuck. That did like, I mean, that did not have the same capacity for retaining the strength or whatever the fuck the thing was. I knew niggas that was fucking in high school bending the fucking bars on some fucking desks or some shit because they was bored. It's like that shit ain't like, what are you talking about? I'm talking about how many women
midway
that wasn't 6'7" and 6'4" Candace Parker like that could dunk. Cause I could show you 10, 5'3" niggas that can dunk. On a 10-foot rim.
How many non-6'5" women is dunking? And at that point, it's mainly about their height that's giving them the ability to dunk. You see what I'm saying? Height plus wingspan. If you got a 22-inch vertical at that point, theoretically, you could dunk. Because, like, I'm just saying, Lisa Leslie was like 6'7", but she ain't never do no crazy dunks. The chicks that be dunking, even the chicks that dunk, when you talking about dunking, they don't do no crazy dunks. They get up there, they poke it. Niggas that don't even be making it to the NBA be motherfucking jumping from the goddamn free throw line. Flight White. J.R. Giddens. I remember watching the All-American goddamn dunk contest. These niggas didn't even make it to the NBA type of niggas. Doing it like, you know, what you mean? It ain't comparable, bro.
Mm-hmm. I remember having dunk contests with my nigga Rome, and I wasn't even really.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Quit playing like it's comparable, bro.
But
When the women were dunking, that shit was memorable. Because that shit don't happen. Out of all the women in that bitch.
Yeah, but if you give them some facilities to where they might be able to
Expand.
yeah,
Man.
let's see what they could do.
So
like,
you
just seen what how they do
man,
in them.
you saying
In 2021, my nigga, you seeing what they offering on both sides. You see both sides of the fucking spectrum, my nigga, and they've been saying this shit for years.
Bruh, I know the girls at my high school worked out at the gym.
And college women's basketball, if you really think about it, it's the pinnacle of women's basketball. Because when you go to the WNBA, like...
Yeah, it's a drop-off. No, that's what my tweet said. If you read my tweet right there, that's literally what it say. You know, I want to make sure, you know, niggas understand where I stand, you know.
We done talked about this on the podcast
You
before
know,
when
yeah,
you said
y'all
that
could say, you know,
they should be dunking and all that shit. Like,
well, no, I was just talking about what was happening right there. Now, the fact of them, like, that's just some bullshit. That's just, you know, college basketball. What I said was, y'all can say what you want about women's sports, but it's a proven fact.
This tweet,
women's college basketball is
that
a
she
cash
put
cow,
out,
and this is clearly them.
and the dude from Rutgers that was talking about fucking how the NCAA treat like NCAA players, like it kind of runs side by side, but the dudes get treated better than like football dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got the fucking all the shit that
we're talking about two different things now. Which one are we gonna talk about? Because you combining the things and you confusing me. Is we talking about the issue of the goddamn of the NC college focus and how they're not prioritizing women and giving them their respect for being
the women and players?
Or are you relating this to the rim? Because you're doing two things and you confuse.
No, that I didn't say nothing about the rim. Then I was saying how the
said
NCAA like is treating like the women players and they players. Period. Like,
but it is not. That's not always the case. UConn women have some of the best facilities.
I'm pretty sure they do, but
I'm saying that for the issue here is prioritization of women. I mean, of men over women in sports. That's what that would be.
I was just saying that they two statements. I was just saying they two statements rung out to me this weekend about the NCAA. That's all I said. I didn't say it was comparable. I didn't say that they coincide and they run lane to lane. I just said those two statements rung out to me this weekend about the NCAA.
Well, no, I'm saying, so what are we doing with the? So we done with the A5?
No, I just made a quick statement and we could go right back into it. It's not. The NCAA had like two big statements this weekend, and it's not gonna be a topic for what the other dude said. I just intertwined it into the shit, and it was done. Like, it's just I didn't want to make it a part of the topic or nothing.
ones you up on today?
Well, I only got these two more.
And total of what?
4.
Total of 4.
No, these two will make 4.
Right.
So they're a liter apiece.
Right. So you drank 2 earlier.
And I got to drink this and that one. And I'll be fine.
2 weeks later.
What I drink?
He be
these
like,
like-
just like that. He be like,
I took a sip of this one. I put it down. Next week, episode 36. He finishes off the 2 liters of water. I told y'all niggas I had to pee.
right. Took him a week to set up.
The nigga pee like once every like 4 episodes.
I don't know why these niggas hate my bladder so much and his strength. I'm
Nigga
confused.
be saying he be drinking water.
Nigga, I drunk like 4 of these hoes. Like,
Yeah, it's like everybody else
and
is
then I be like,
pissing.
damn, I drunk like 4 of these hoes. And I
Right.
got
What other type of bottles do y'all see here? I don't drink nothing but water. That's really all I drink. Water. That's it. For real, for real. Like, that's my beverage of
That
choice.
mean I would have to dig through your trash to like figure that out.
No, when you be around, what bottles you be saying? You don't see no Sprite cans, no Sprite bottles.
Nah, I see Body Armor fruit punch.
You don't never see no bottle. Motherfucking lie. I ain't even, what? You a lie. You got this
just
on-
drank some. What are you talking about?
I got this today. I got this yesterday.
Body
On
water.
my way to the motherfucking
Essential
pickup, my nigga
water.
said.
Right.
Essential water. That's what you see. Yep, you right.
That's the first time I done seen it.
You seen the
You-
essential water or the
You was
Evian?
going with something else
Or
before.
you had the Ozarka, and I got the Fiji. Yeah, you seen all the bottles. Cut it out. Put some respect on my shit.
You not loyal to your water,
Nah, I just need water. Cause that's all I drink.
You hit the left and then whatever's on the corner, you just scoop it
Fuck
up.
her.
Bro, I scooped up some Mountain Spring water one time. That's
Pretty
not the
good.
water for me.
Yeah.
It's like a little like film or
Yeah,
like
no.
aftertaste
Yeah,
type
no, thank
shit.
you.
That spring water is cool, but Mountain Spring,
Nah, I'm good with that.
nope.
Stick with
I did it once and I was
Evian.
like, ugh.
Evian. Or whatever filter water I got at the crib. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Because that shit, boy.
So which one we gonna get back into? You wanna talk about this or you wanna talk about the rim? Cause you fucking me up.
We was talking about the rim. I was just making a statement, bro.
Man, that's a pretty big subject for you to just throw into a rim conversation.
We've talked about it before on the podcast.
Man,
so.
we ain't talk about this. This happened a day ago.
Right.
We didn't talk about this.
We have talked about WNBA.
We didn't talk about the WNBA. We didn't talk about this. This ain't got nothing to do with WNBA.
We have talked about.
It's the NCAA. This is a whole set of different conversations.
We talked about the
and shit.
NCAA on here too.
No,
before.
because the NCAA is worth more than the goddamn WNBA.
And we've talked about them over here before.
Yeah, you motherfucker. This is not the same thing. Quit trying to.
It's a continuation of.
No, it's not, nigga.
We've said the same shit on previous episodes.
All right, so which
Guaranteed.
one you want to talk about this one? All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. NCAA, go ahead. Make your point. What was you saying?
Already. To be, what else do you want me to say?
I mean, I ain't.
It's fucked up what they doing, bro. Like, we done already said this shit. Like, and we've had this conversation for several minutes on here before we hit the pause. Like, so I mean, if you look at where we at, we done pretty much had the conversation. Like, we could keep watching this video right here, and
We didn't have this conversation at all. But it's all Gucci Mane and Keisha Kayla. Listen, I'm the running back guy. I got the all you already listened. But it's all Gucci Mane. And I ain't listen. I ain't trying to fight with you. I don't want to dance with you. I ain't trying to hold hands. You still, fucking Keisha Cole. And
they got that empty ass gym over there. You know, talk about why they can't dunk.
That's what
and
that's
all
what
this
I was
other
saying.
shit,
See,
bro.
he's making this correlation, and they ain't got shit to do with each other.
I'm
That's
just going
more of
back
an
into it,
athletic
bro.
prowess thing. The can't dunk is most of the chicks. It's chicks in WNBA that are fucking 5'3" on average for point guards, 5'4", 5'6". Now when you they go up in height, but I'm saying for the most part, there's a lot shorter women. There's a lot shorter height variance of women in the WNBA compared to the men on average.
It's
So they
men and women, bro. Like,
my point. So why do they have the
niggas
same
don't give a
height
fuck
rim,
about that.
if that's the case?
You want them to shorten the goal or widen the goal in soccer?
No,
bro?
no, not because that no one is at a disadvantage in any way to those goals. One is higher than the other one for somebody else.
Learning. I said higher. Learning. That was a good one.
Figure out what's nigga. You know what? Man, nigga, you try to a goals, nigga, soccer goal. It's some women in soccer that'll fuck some niggas up, and that's on the soccer field. So that ain't even like, and
It's
those
women
ain't even
that'll fucking nigga up
comparable
in tennis.
because women's soccer probably make more money, goddamn, than the NBA do
But what you saying?
worldwide. Like you compare some shit that ain't even relatively comparable. The WNBA, we talk about. What I'm talking about is how the WNBA might be able to make more money. I think this nigga trying to do this shit on purpose right now. I think he really is. I think this nigga just doing this shit just to piss me off or something. He want me to be pissed off. Like this nigga's being too chill this whole podcast. He just want me to be more upset in general. So he just throwing random bullshit out there. That has nothing to do with nothing. He know it don't. And then he just knowing I can't handle myself and I can't help it. I can't let it stand. But no, nigga, dude, I'm talking about money and the
got me a
motherfucking
couple times like that on here, so
nigga, I'm talking about money and the motherfucking rim, bitch. I don't understand what the motherfucking issue is. Nigga, ain't no motherfucking I don't know what else you talking about. I'm trying to talk about money.
He all flustered and shit.
he like, God damn it.
Trying to
Smacking me
recalibrate.
forget what I'm trying
It's
to
not
talk about.
working.
I'm trying to talk about money and I'm trying to talk about the rim height. You was asking me what was the rim height being lower, or what do I think of it? I think if you lower it to 9'6", it's going to improve the value of the NBA,
I actually agree with
WNBA
9'6",
as a whole,
And I
because
said that
it's going to
too.
allow more women to be able. Because then a woman that might be 6'2", that might have a 30-inch vertical. That might be the difference between her being able to dunk on a fast break. The next one,
Yeah.
then all of the women that's like 6'7", that's going to increase their vertical ability to be able to dunk. And once you get the chance to see women getting dunked on, and it'd be similar to the NBA, you know, somebody like DeAndre Jordan versus somebody like Steph Curry. Steph Curry know to get his ass out the way. It ain't gonna be, nothing too crazy, You see, Lisa Leslie coming down the corner fast break. You 5'4". You better get your motherfucking ass out the way. You about to be a poster. Simple. You don't, then you gonna be Brandon Knight, and you'll be forever be immortalized as that nigga that hurt himself by getting dunked on. You gonna forever be famous, as that nigga say. You die when you young. Like what Brandon Knight did. He immortalized.
Yeah. Him, Jason Terry, fucking.
That shit'll never get old.
The dude that fucking Vince Carter jumped over in the Olympics.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That shit'll never get old. So you gonna be young forever.
That
Cause they
nigga
gonna
was-
forever show that clip.
That nigga was like
Right.
70-something.
Right.
Yeah.
So you gonna get to remember, but you see how you remember it? That's that nigga to go talking about some threes he remember from the Olympics. I wait.
I don't know if threes was as prominent in the last Olympics as they are now.
Nigga, tell me some 3-point plays you remember.
2016 to now, like threes, that was when the Warriors was
The
just
only
heating up.
3-point plays you remember is the ones that was for a game winner.
Yeah, Reggie Miller.
Right.
fucking
That's the only 3-point plays you remember. You can't remember off spot
Westbrook, Dame Lillard.
how just a normal 3-point play went.
Steph Curry.
But you can remember when Blake Griffin came down with Chris Paul on back-to-back windmill alley-oops. You can remember that. You can remember when Derrick Rose dunked on Dragic for Phoenix, hit him with the 2-hand for the and one. You remember that? You remember how Derrick Rose used to get
I
up
remember
there?
Derrick Rose threes
Right.
too though. But
Yeah, because he used to win a lot of games.
he's one of the more
Clutch players.
underrated clutch players.
Right. He used to
in
win a lot of
NBA history.
games. With
Like
threes.
if he never
That's what I'm
got
saying. You
hurt,
remember?
bro. Like
If he never got hurt, people
Man,
forget
dog.
that. Now I don't mean to I deviate with you just a little bit because I love talking shit, but people forget that LeBron might not even got them rings he got.
if it wasn't for
If it
Derrick
wasn't how
Rose.
fate turned out for Derrick Rose, because them niggas wasn't even winning that series that the nigga got hurt in. They wasn't even guaranteed to win that series. I think they was down a game. That series when that nigga got hurt.
That's like Chris Paul
Yeah.
getting hurt when they was playing the Warriors. Like
Right.
James Harden would probably have a ring right now if Chris
Right.
Paul wouldn't have got hurt a couple
Right.
years ago.
Right. That shit changed the balance
Then
of
next year they
how
changed.
the
They traded that
story is
nigga to
told.
OKC for Westbrook.
right. It's
Right.
like the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
You know, it changed like for years to come. See what I'm saying? Cause you didn't win that year, so you didn't get a ring. Then the next year, you didn't even play with Harden because they traded you for the nigga that got hurt for
Now
the
you playing with Devin
right.
Booker.
So then you ain't even. You see what I'm saying? The butterfly flick that just changed your whole career trajectory off of one fucking
Mishap.
mishap, snap, and everything changed.
you don't never know.
Now the
what's
NBA
going on.
changed because they changed Westbrook, so they had to come bring another player. He bought another player. Since y'all traded them. Westbrook went on that team. They were comfortable getting this other player. Somebody else traded for this person because they knew they could trade back, possibly get Westbrook.
You know what's fucked up? If the Rockets wouldn't have traded Harden or Westbrook and they kept DeMarcus Cousins, them niggas would probably be running the fucking West right now, bro. But
They couldn't get along, or they all had to
yeah,
go. That's a different conversation. All I know is, when it comes to that,
that's
type of
fucking like that team is fucking stupid. Like if you replace DeMarcus, I mean, if
well,
you
I don't want to
replace-
get too far into
Think
them.
of
I was
Pellet.
only speaking on Derrick Rose. I will go back in nostalgia to remembering this because I don't want nobody. Because I feel like at this point, people starting to forget him, and that really like
that nigga still playing.
you know what I mean. Like, but nobody talks about Derrick Rose, and he's doing pretty good.
Mhm.
But he's
Even with the Pistons, he
right,
was still balling.
right. He was still balling. But since he's not playing like Derrick Rose, it doesn't matter. Like, if he was any other nigga, averaging 20 a game, which he does, I think even right now, or somewhere near it, I think in last season he averaged like 19 a game type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, them bitches hit. After that, yeah, I been eating them bitches. Yep, them bitches hit. They hit deep. Yep.
So
they go down.
I think with the gummy bears, you know, they gotta cook them. So they cook it with the shit that is flavored after. But when you absorb other shit in it, you got that flavor. Like, ooh, these hoes is way more fire than the Dom Perignon was.
Is you gonna let me keep dick riding Derrick Rose or not? Thank you.
Meat Rider.
Meat Rider, Salt Bay, Salt Bay Slider. Just got it. Just got it. Oh, it just hit him. But no, for real though, man. I gotta. I feel like I'm gonna be one of them old niggas. I'm gonna have to tell niggas. I'm gonna have to tell my little son or my little daughter about
Meat
Derrick Rose.
slider.
Like it's gonna be a myth. You know what I mean?
It's
'Cause-
sliding off the sword. This man- he ain't even got like the long knife. It's an actual sword. Like,
What's in you niggas drink? Why y'all can't focus? What y'all been drinking over there? What y'all got in them drinks? What y'all sipping on? Got them Dunn peas in there or something?
nah, it was straight bourbon. It was the brown ones. It wasn't no pink or no yellows or no. I
Yeah,
should
bro.
have got
Make
that.
sure you tell your daughters about Derrick Rose, bro.
I am.
Cause yeah, make sure you tell.
They
your
like
son
Kyrie.
daughters. I mean, I know they all do. Yeah, cause you can see them. I'm saying Niggas won't remember how cold that nigga was. That nigga was unbelievable. If you think about how tall that nigga is and the shit that nigga was doing at that time, when he was doing that shit unbelievable. That nigga was so fast, he wasn't even crossing niggas over. He was just running past him. Nigga get the ball, look at you, start dribbling. Whichever way he decided. You just can't stop it because it was literally no way for you to move your feet that fast.
Yeah, it was really.
It was like it was just he go one way or the other. He didn't have to do all that Kyrie shit moving. Like, don't get me wrong, Kyrie, one of my favorite players to watch because he's got a sweet science. But Kyrie couldn't do nothing with that nigga. Yeah. Kyrie wasn't Kyrie then. There wasn't nobody like LeBron couldn't do nothing with that nigga. LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh couldn't do nothing with that nigga. That nigga was on a totally different level at that time. That nigga had to be running like a 4.2 if he was a time him in a 40.
Damn.
No, that's how fast he was, and he just doing that with a basketball. So it was literally like I said, whichever way he decided he was going, you couldn't get in front of him.
Derrick Rose, Westbrook, and fucking Deontay. No, what's that? De'Aaron Fox.
That's what I was gonna say.
Fucking like from like court to court, like end to end. The amount of dribbles, like they be like, "Oh, LeBron did this with like 3 dribbles," but like that nigga's like 6'8". These niggas is like 6'2", 6'3". Like
them niggas be moving.
Dog.
That nigga, I'm talking about, cause he'll dribble that hoe. He push that bitch out, cause he know he can catch it.
Yeah.
Like he dribble that hoe like fast break. He catch that hoe. He push that bitch, start running. He already passed you. Push that bitch again. Nigga in the air. About 6'2", 6'3", 2 hands back to back. You understand? That's short as fuck in the NBA. Then they got 2 hands up in there, star power. Smile for the camera, got time, nigga. Yeah. Like,
I might one hand this hoe on you just.
Bro, you feel me? Like if you want to play, I'm just waiting to see what you gonna do.
Yeah.
Nigga up here looking like, all right, I guess I'll go ahead. Nah, that nigga was on a different level. That's what I'm saying. That's why you remember so many of that nigga threes. Like he wasn't even like, he hadn't even figured his game out. Like he was having games, his game wasn't even like that good in terms of, his stats would be good, but shooting percentage, nigga be like 10 for 22 or some shit. You know what I mean? 25 or some shit. So he wasn't even shooting that good. He hadn't even figured that part out. Like if he had got to where he is now with how he was then, where he, you know what I mean? Now he understands.
Ball game, bro.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, bro, he would have been, bro, because it wasn't no way.
I don't think they treat.
That's what That's what I mean by how it
is. Stretch Armstrong.
That's what I mean by energy.
This week, like
one nigga get out the game can change a whole motherfucking occurrence of events.
I'm gonna flip it a little bit, cause this week, like when it comes to like women and men, like. Did you see the shit where it was like the fucking dude with the rifle and shit outside of Kamala Harris' house? Like,
what?
Yeah, I did.
He got arrested, but like,
yep.
If it was like a dude vice president, like, I don't know if it would be the fucking.
That's wild.
What you mean? You don't know if it would be as important or as downplayed?
Downplayed, and I don't think that nigga would have lived. If it was Mike Pence, this nigga's.
I think it would. I think it would have. I think in this current climate, because they downplaying anything. The only thing they wouldn't downplay is something that involve something that's counter the narrative. See, like, you gotta realize most of the media people, they report about Black Lives Matter and shit. They don't want to report about this shit. They gotta report about this shit. It's their job. They happy to report about anything that's a counter to it, but you are talking about another crazy white nigga along with another crazy white nigga.
Y'all want to come up with a new name for that shit? Like,
for crazy white people?
Nah, Black Lives Matter or like some shit. Like we can come up with our own little saying for it. Cause like,
we need to. That way they can't corner or take that shit to nothing and do no stupid shit.
It just be a part of our conversation. It don't got to be now, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to call it that shit because I don't know what them niggas doing.
Right.
So,
me neither.
Like, if we come up with our own little saying or like,
Black Lives Empower.
That group.
us, whatever.
I was just throwing some
Them
shit out
boys.
Them boys got blocks. Them boys got K's. Them boys got.
there.
That was one of my favorite.
If it's
songs.
taking too long to lock up, bring it back.
Bring it back.
She was shot anyway, so bring a stack.
Bring a stack.
That was fucked up. Man, I wouldn't even know. I ain't had to open up a whole thing since 94.
94.
Damn. We'll swap it out. And if it's still in the rap, then we'll swap it out.
We'll swap it out.
Super throwback.
The ad libs.
Yeah. Turn it off after that. But nah, man.
Say.
What the fuck was I saying? I cannot remember. What was I talking about? Deshaun. This. What was I talking about? Derrick Rose. I think I was talking about Derrick Rose. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm fine. I mean, I think I've had enough of talking about Derrick Rose. But yeah, man. Just make sure y'all checking him out and keeping them stats alive. Make sure that y'all remember them seasons if you was alive for it. Cause that's record breaking. That nigga the youngest MVP of all time, bro. That nigga was the MVP of the league at 21 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right, this is how you understand, nigga. That nigga 30 now. That was 9 years ago. You see what a ripple in the pond could do? LeBron legacy, 9 years. You see what I'm saying? What that do for a legacy or don't do for a legacy?
Yep.
On who you even got to face in the NBA yet. All that shit end up mattering. So, you know, it's a testament to LeBron for surviving all of the potholes and debacles that a nigga could get jammed up with. Yeah. It's also, you know what I mean? It's a story of two coins. Like,
Yep.
that's how, you know, same thing with Beyonce and Aaliyah. Story of two coins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't you know it is a motherfucking photo or video actually that exists of Beyonce interviewing Aaliyah for MTV?
Yes.
No.
Yes. This exists.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's where Beyonce was when Aaliyah was the one.
Yeah, because if you think about it, when you was little kids, like Aaliyah was like a little bit before, like maybe like 3 years, 4 years before Beyonce.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
But then by the time Beyonce came out, that spot was already established. Beyonce then, you know, had her independent run and shit. But that kind of more so happened right on the tail end of Aaliyah's unfortunate demise. You know what I mean? That's when she started building traction, because everything Beyonce did, I mean, and I mean no disrespect, but
He gotta go to work.
nah, that was everything Aaliyah was doing.
Just making sure I don't want a nigga to be late or no shit like that. Like,
Hella distracted.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, you gotta look out for niggas, bro.
Nigga, I am on top of everything, and I wish we was on top of the goddamn subjects about the goddamn podcast.
We could go right back into it. I'm just asking a quick question so I could look out for my nigga over there. I ain't never seen him like that, bro. Like,
That nigga sleep.
I never seen him like that, dog.
You never seen him sleep?
He come over and he chill. And
Yes, and he'll go to sleep. And that nigga will lay right there and go to sleep. He do that shit all the time. I'm pretty sure that's mine. But
No, I put mine in the quarter right here.
nah, it's definitely mine, because I didn't cut mine this way. I cut
yeah.
mine.
You switched my shit up, bro?
I did not, nigga. I did not like that. I did not like any. But I was laying right here. Like so. That one isn't lit. That one isn't lit. I didn't touch anybody's cigar. How am I wrong? What did I do wrong, Chad? You gonna light that second one up, though, my boy?
Peer pressure.
Just feel like, you know, you rolled it for a reason.
Oh shit.
You only die once.
You never die.
Nah.
You just transition.
Nah, no. That's why I say Yodo.
You don't die. You just transition.
And that's your death.
I don't think so.
Definition of death could mean multiple things.
Well, no. The definition
no,
of
yeah.
death to me and what it mean to you, yeah, definitely could be different. But the definition of death being an end, or end being a finite portion of something, the death of a scene.
I don't think energy ever just stops.
No,
It doesn't
it doesn't.
dissipate. It
Doesn't
transfers. That's what all laws of physics would say. However, that doesn't mean that this period of your time did not have a start and end date, or
So it's about to be something else.
or a birth and death date.
So
I didn't say you have a final. I didn't say you have a final resting place. I
No,
said
no,
that
no,
you have
right.
a death of your existence.
right. Well, then in that case, then we have multiple deaths throughout our lifetime. Then because we always shed off that old self of each other, and
We
you know
have
what I'm saying,
small
those little
deaths every day that
things.
occur within inside of us.
Right.
What is it?
But you still exist
Tele,
in that sense.
what is it? Nanophaser or telephaser? Whatever the fuck. Your cell death every day. The telenase and the some shit. It's what's responsible for aging. After a while, your cells stop replicating, and therefore causing the aging process.
Right.
It's a part
And
of the
drink,
game.
and drink a lot of water.
So everything has a birth and
Drink
end
a lot
date.
of water.
I mean, a birth and death date. By that regard, so and I just want to point out for the record, Your Honor, that Rick wins again, Your Honor, and I really want to. I just really want to take the time. I just want to take the time, just really want to take the time and just say, I want to say, I won.
Who'd you win?
British Knights.
Oh.
That's the first thing that Nickelodeon. Oh,
Oh, bro, it hit your head. I was trying to wake you up. You snoring. He not gonna be mad. It's me. He know I ain't trying to do it on purpose. He good. Relax. It's him. He good. He woke up. You loud over there. You sound like a chainsaw. I don't know how it's gonna sound on the mic. What? Bro, these are my homies know I love them. I don't do nothing out of malice.
I know that too.
I don't do nothing out of malice.
I know that
everybody
too.
Mad at me. I'm an adorable character. I'm lovable as shit.
That bitch was like, I was like, what? That bitch.
See, he stopped snoring.
I was like,
He also turned his head to a different angle so you couldn't hit him in the same way.
I didn't hit him at all. I awoke him.
the reaction though was,
Then he woke up.
was how?
Y'all just so terrible. Y'all are just terrible.
Yeah, that bitch was like, wow. I was like,
Brother, I can't help my aim. I'm sorry. I was trying to do it on a lighter tip.
I was like, wow. I was like,
I didn't hit him hard though. I think you think that padding or whatever is harder than it is.
I didn't say it was or wasn't.
It's made to
but
be
I'm just
softer.
saying that
I'm gonna estimate 137 minutes.
that's
I'm gonna
what,
start
210?
time stamping shit so I can
210.
automatically go in and do the shit that I want to do without having to fuck.
Nigga, you better not put no sound effect on that bitch.
Oh no, but if I could animate the fucking shit going across the room,
Yeah.
like if I wasn't at the hospital, I had a video on Tuesday where the dude was like sea walking. So for me, like I gotta download the video of the dude sea walking, and then I have to trace his body, and then I have to track his body
movements and shit.
movements for like a certain time frame
Okay.
for me to be able to capture just him and not the background of the seawalk. I really wanted to do that shit. I might do it this week because it's been a couple episodes where we be talking about crib shit and like that shit could just like come in. Like next week it might be pretty valuable, you know what I'm saying? Like with the Nipsey shit. Like
What if we could have just like a little man that be dancing? Like he might just pop up and start dancing on the table.
Like how the baby was.
Right.
yeah.
The fucking,
Like I could make him like whatever size I want to.
Right. He just be dancing like.
we give him a shot.
Yeah, because with the last one, with the one before the one we dropped, fucking 33, Antoinette was like, the pictures was like cool, but like she didn't really like see him. What I gotta do is I gotta run them hoes through like photos.
This is off the camera shit. It is.
It's a pretty long process, but
I mean, we
it's
can
not
record
long.
it so when I go back over it, I can remember it. But yeah, we need. Well, I'm gonna give them the sauce, is what I'm saying. You know?
I mean, if you do it, then you already know what you gotta do. It's not.
Well,
giving
just don't
niggas
give.
the
Make sure
sauce.
we don't tell them what we gonna do. You know. So they gotta wait and see what we gonna do. They know in this episode. Spoiler alert.
We was already doing it though.
Boy, you a jerk.
We've been doing it for like 4 episodes, so
I know we gotta stop spoiling it. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, listen to the episodes. Like we should have been talking about that. We shouldn't have. Instead of just doing a timestamp, also jot down any ideas you might have in the notepad for the, you know what I mean, like that.
I mean that is pretty much the idea.
Yeah,
We
no,
just
I got you, brother.
timestamp 'em.
You don't understand, boy. He ain't feeling me. He not feeling me.
I had
seem
the idea and I
real
time stamped it. Like
See, total difference. It's a button up there. He just came over and went to sleep. He was obviously very tired. Because he was also very lit.
the nigga was like,
So he's woken up like, yep, hey bro, you know he went to sleep. He'll just come over here and go to sleep. Like, yeah, go to sleep. He'll just come over here and go to sleep.
You got that certain spot where it's just like,
Well, my couches, they pretty cool. I want some thicker, fluffier ones or something.
yeah, I'm definitely stepping the couch game up. We gotta move, so
I'm stepping everything up.
I'm excited about
Gotta
that
get my
shit.
ice game
Like,
up, all of that, you know.
Cause it's like we got put in a position to where like we probably feel to have to buy a house. Like
Oh, you definitely gotta buy a house at this point. Question is on how many acres? Cause you got the Foski with the 2.5 dogs.
I don't even like dogs. I got bit by a dog when I was like 6.
What? Take the fascia away!
I got bit by a dog when I was like 6.
This nigga's disgusting.
My dad had to beat that nigga off. Nigga,
Bro, you know how long I've been knowing this nigga? You think you know a person. You don't like dogs? So you like cats?
I don't like cats. Like
You don't
I'm
like
not an animal
animals?
person. Like nigga, like why the fuck are you around me? Like fish and shit. I can see niggas with like fish tanks and shit like that. Like shit that I gotta just like clean up after. Like ridiculously. Like nah. I could empty a nigga water out. I could put you in a different bowl and I could do. I'm not picking up another nigga shit though. I'm not changing no litter. I'm not. If my kids want to have a pet, like that's cool, but I'm not a pet person.
And yeah, no, what is really good in the hood?
well, it's just, people going to nail salons, shooting at people, shooting people.
Shooting Asian people.
Right.
Now these people that shooting them up, what color are they?
Oh, Caucasian.
course they Caucasian. Just like most mass shooters
But,
and most hate crime shooters.
right. And
Damn,
even,
black people
what,
out
2
here
or 3
committing
weeks,
hate crimes.
2 or 3 weeks ago, they were talking about it. Talking about how there's so much, there's
Well, I
Asian
remember we
violence
was
and
talking
it's
about
coming from black people, and it's like, what? Like,
yeah, that was a narrative.
like
They was
what?
talking about
What are you
protect
talking
the
about?
Asian people or whatever, and they, not even a couple of days after that, white dude like, man, y'all gonna stop giving black people credit for our work.
It's like,
Gotta make y'all know. So
what?
another one come out, 21. They called him a kid. Tamir Rice was 12. Call him a man.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Brown was 18. They called him a man. Dude that shot the people up in Kenosha, they call him a boy. He 18. They call that dude a 21-year-old. They say he a kid. He a sexually confused kid for sexually frustrated or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They said that's his motivation. It wasn't a hate crime. They went 3 Asian salons shot up, none but Asian people, and then he said it ain't a hate crime. During hate crime season. But you know how hard it is to get a white man convicted on a hate crime is almost impossible. They find every reason in the book. Like that what I be trying
Since
to
we
make
was
you know
little
what I'm saying?
kids, the fucking Oklahoma City bombing, my nigga, like,
None of that shit was a
and
hate
before
crime.
then probably, like, it was some
None of that shit,
like,
especially when it's
that's just the first
involving
thing
white
that I can
men.
remember.
White men ain't no hate crime. But again, we talking about Pepe Le Pew just last episode. These motherfuckers out here. This type of shit I'm talking about. Right here. Prime example. Last episode, when our subject line was a fucking cartoon character.
For the last 2 episodes before this one.
For a fucking about a fucking cartoon character. And here you got like it ain't no motherfucking white boys out here that's running free right now that we know about. They got 3 months in on probation for rape. That's supporting rape culture. What's up with that judge? What's up with that judge? What the investigation into that judge? Where the call for de-election of that judge at?
That one dude that fucking
You talk about supporting rape culture, whatever the fuck, you know.
what was that dude named Dylan Rafe or
Hate
whatever?
crime culture,
That
same
fucking
thing.
it wasn't a hate crime, but he was drunk and he fucking killed some people in a drunk driving accident, and he was underage or whatever, and they let him off. He get out of fucking jail for that shit, and then I think he did something else, and fucking I think they let him off again. Like, it's
Oh yeah, no.
it's too much shit where you can.
And that's supporting hate crime culture. That's what I'm saying. People.
Because if you protesting a hate crime, you can get maced, you can get shot, rubber bullets, you can get killed, you can all
Man,
other
don't
shit.
you know they got a
fucking-
law in Kentucky? You just know you spot that I had. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I needed people to know this. There's a law they proposing in Kentucky. There's a bill right now where they are proposing that
You talking about the abolish?
no, during the protest,
Tennessee, that's what I'm saying.
essentially, a police can decide what you saying as to being a threat. Your conversation against the police can be decided as a threat to them, and they can beat the crap out of you. So basically, he can say you said whatever the fuck he want to say. You said in whatever manner, and that also gives him the interpretation to decide what he considers as threatening language or insult language. You insulting the police is considered a threat.
Yeah,
That's all interpreted.
start cussing at them. They be,
Yeah.
that word rage kicks in.
You feel me?
I told you to get down. What? You didn't obey my orders. What?
It's pretty much how it started off. Like, as soon as they be like, get out the car, you be like, for what? Like,
Yeah, it is right there. Yeah, this is on March 5th. So you see, I'm not capping. This is reported by NBC and ABC News. First one's coming up. They saying they gonna make a bill that will make it a crime to insult a police officer. The thing about that is they get to interpret what they feel is an insult. Cause then this goes back to what the fuck I was talking about last episode, where when you set up precedents on shit like that, now you literally got policing opinions. How you right? I don't think you should have stopped me. I could take that as an insult.
Right.
That you don't think I know what I'm doing on my job.
You don't even
That's
have
a
to
crime.
Say you don't think that they stopped you. You could ask. Like,
Right.
Why did
That's
you
a
stop
crime.
Me? Like,
That's a crime now. That's a
Get out
potential
the car. Right.
That's
That's
not
first thing.
saying they passed it, but I'm saying that's the bill that they proposing.
Right.
That it will make that a crime.
So
If he
freedom of
said
speech is now,
that he felt insulted, that was a crime. $250 fine, and I think it's up to like 90 days in jail or something.
damn, they tripping.
Oh yeah, no, it's a big deal. Like that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. And that would just be the first precedence, because that's what people gotta understand. A person convicted will be a misdemeanor facing charge. They'd also face a fine and be disqualified from public assistance benefits for 3 months. The bill will have other provisions. It's moving to the full. It already got supported by the Republicans. It's moving to full Senate and could be passed as early as next week. And this was on the 5th of March. Ain't been no more updates on it, but that's just the news you can use. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so niggas is well. Like yeah. So if you're in Kentucky, they could you could potentially go to jail for potentially insulting a police, and an insult can be determined by them.
That's
And
wild.
me and my homie was just talking about how they be setting you up for the okie doke off the top. It's just another extra way, cause like I be looking at it when you watching a lot of those videos where they be stopping them and all that. You always notice something, they let down the window or something like that, and then get what they do. They actually let down the window, and then what they do, they reach in there, they unlock the door to try to open the door. The door lock. If the window down, they actually let the window down low enough. What they do? What they do?
All right.
Grab your wrist.
I was on my break the window.
Normally, what a natural person reaction, somebody grab their wrist. Right. Tell you step out the car. For what?
You're
Police got
resisting
24
arrest.
hours to detain you without with from a justified stop. They can stop you for 24 hours. So they don't gotta have a reason. They could just be detaining you. At that point, when I asked you to get out, and I had this, I did this on purpose.
Right.
That's the cop symbol. I've been studying his patterns. That's the cop symbol. On the camera, it's gonna tell the people in the I was restraining him. He was resisting. That's what made me have to escalate in the first place. And that's why they always getting off on it. Like these niggas know the laws and they just do a little bit of extra. That make them, like, see what I'm saying? So all they gotta do now is he gonna figure out how to make you insult him. He can ask you a series of questions, and when you don't answer one or you answer one, what does that have to do with this? That doesn't have anything to do with this. Are you calling me incompetent? Body cam. Right. Insult. Step out of the car. For what? I ain't did nothing.
He did nothing.
You resisting arrest now?
No.
You already done broke the law and insulted me.
Not arrested.
I was gonna detain you for 24 hours.
No.
After you got the car and you wanted to resist. No. Now you resisting arrest on top of that. You escalate with that, you start fighting. You start fighting, I fear for my life. So
Pew pew. Trilling.
Another media run, administrative leave, with pay. Another media run on another outlet where they get making money off of it. They love it. Come get their shit. They gonna come back. You gonna go through the whole process. Get a GoFundMe. Somebody gonna send them $100,000. Post bond on $1 million bond. All that. Same process. This whole thing gonna happen. Like, and then, like I said, it's gonna come from motherfucker not knowing that these motherfuckers they literally, it's already passed to the Senate. It could be passed as a bill of law in the like within this month. It could be passed as a bill of law. That was last week when they did that.
Not to go there.
I never really thought about
And
going.
it's what they decide is an insult.
But I ain't taking no chances.
Because an insult is an interpretive thing.
Every
in the first
place got a couple spots that's fire. You know what I'm saying? And I could imagine that hoe got some.
Nice areas. Oh yeah, definitely do.
That hoe was like.
Kentucky barbecue, and it's got some good areas as far as just scenery or just like relaxation and shit. I imagine it would, but when it comes to people being up, like I said, people just being up on shit. Yeah, no, I seen that shit. I had to look it up. That shit real. I couldn't believe it. So like I said, that will set precedents because you done seen it happen multiple times already. Usually what happens, one state pass it, another state pass it, then a group of states
Breonna
pass
Taylor
it.
was Kentucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got to come up with something else to make it.
Right, so
Now that we
protest,
can't do the no knock shit no more, we got to make it to where we can do some other shit. To where
well,
we can.
this in response to the protesters. So now if you protest, we could say, that's what I'm saying, we out there in a group of yelling people and stuff. All they gotta do in theory is just say that you insulted them. And you're like, you see what I'm saying? Like, not that you hit an officer, not that you see what I'm saying? Not that you was breaking property or anything like that. You insulted them. At that point, you've committed a crime. He has right to detain you for up to 24 hours.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? I can arrest a whole group of protesters purely off of me just saying that you insulted me.
They were talking all types of crazy slurs. To me.
Right. Or they could be saying something like, Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Don't Matter, Black Lives
That
Matter.
insulted me.
You're gone.
Oh my god.
Done for us.
You're done for it. You see what I'm saying? All y'all finna get arrested. That whole group getting arrested. They gonna just negate, like, see what I'm saying? Because they can't make protests illegal because of freedom of speech. But I can make it where when you protest, you're going to have to watch what you say so much that your protest is going to be either pointless or you going to jail. It's no mistake that after Breonna Taylor gets killed in Kentucky, now all of a sudden, y'all trying to pass a law that makes a cop able to arrest you for what they deem as an insult. Black Lives Matter can be deemed as an insult.
Yeah, because I'm going to say some shit. But
You see what I'm saying?
I'm going to get at least
I
one
could
or
say
two
Black
lines
Lives
off.
Matter, and you could take that as saying your life doesn't matter. That's an insult.
So let's go around this stuff.
And now you see what I'm saying? We're gonna. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't even say shit because you don't know what you can and can't say. That may or may not be an insult.
I invoke the fifth.
Right, but what's the point of having a protest when you invoke the fifth?
Right.
See, it's the kids 22. You see what I'm saying? Because you see what I'm saying? You gonna go out there and say what? You say Black Lives Matter, they can say you saying other lives don't matter. Insult. You're gone. You go out there, you say anything. You know, justice for Breonna Taylor, you insulting the Justice Department.
Oh, hey.
You're insinuating that justice is not being served.
Kind of borderline-ish. Have y'all went somewhere where they don't require a mask yet?
Nah.
Have you had a mask on when you went in?
Hell yeah. And they look at you like you crazy.
Bro. JJ's. Walked in. Got a mask on. Had to go. Antoinette at the hospital was a couple hours before the baby born. I got to go back to the crib. and do some shit there, like, and then go back. Fucking stop, get gas. I'm like, man, I'm thirsty. Let me grab something to drink. Throw the mask on. Like, not even thinking that you don't have to not have a mask. Nigga walk in that bitch, grab my drinks. It's a dude over here that worked there, got the shirt on. He got his shit, like, under the chin. So I'm like, oh, he on the phone. So, like, that's why he ain't got his shit on. Nigga go to the cash register. The two chicks that's back there don't have shit on. And I'm not paying attention to it really, like, but they looking at me like, nigga, like,
He be doing some hell of a transition, brother.
and fucking another dude walked in and he didn't have a mask on, and I'm like, doom, like, damn, don't none of these niggas got. That's why everybody looking at me, because I'm the only nigga in this bitch with.
This guy, what we was talking about Black Lives Matter.
Niggas that kind of oppose the Black Lives Matter shit, don't like wearing masks. They don't believe in the.
Okay, that's where you came. I'm trying to see what sparked that thought. I'm trying to understand his thought process a little bit better, because he goes so far left field with how he thinks. When you say some shit, he don't even think.
That wasn't a topic for me, but it was a question, because I wanted to see, like,
What was the question? Just the
if
question?
y'all had been somewhere where they didn't require masks, like, if y'all experience kind of the same shit. Like,
Nah, I haven't been anywhere. I get it
Look
now.
at me like I'm crazy, but
Yeah, no, I haven't been anywhere. I don't go to places where. Well, I haven't been really just anywhere. I just got back, you know what I mean? So I wasn't really particularly caring to go anywhere, one. And then, two, I mean, I'm not really going places where me having a mask is an issue, or me not having a mask is like a requirement or some shit. Because, you know, they got places like that now where when they come back up, if you got a mask on, they don't want you in there because they want to act like you're a threat or something. They can't see your face now. You see everybody else's face, so I think you finna rob me or something. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, just the Catch-22 normal bullshit. Same shit we talking about, just the Catch-22 bullshit.
yeah, it's just some other shit that niggas could be mad
Right.
about. Like,
And well, just some shit that they can play on that they know a nigga can't do nothing about, and that fucks a nigga. Like the same shit we talking about with the Kentucky law. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? They just lying in the policy, basically to force you into your, you know what I mean, submission. Yeah, but Texas really behaving like as if they really behaving as if we already got the vaccine. It's really crazy. Like we acting how you act after you get the vaccine. But nobody's got the vaccine yet.
shit, I just stay my distance and wear my mask when I need to, and fucking. But it really, I mean,
Nah, shit, that's what I'm doing. Sure, I'm chilling at the
wash
crib,
my hands constantly,
And-
as
and
I always have, and fucking.
getting loaded.
I don't touch no
and
door handles unless they got spare tail action or that foot action where you open the door. If not,
yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
stay
nigga, I
naked
went
on
to
that
Kroger
bitch,
the other
so
day
I'm
and I
not
was
touching
spraying
that
down
door.
my basket, and niggas was looking at me like, all right, we got the mask on, but like, why the fuck are you like still doing? Like, nigga, they got the spray here for a reason. Like, somebody got to come and collect these baskets, nigga.
I've heard you
Just
talk about-
fucking spray the shit down, bro, or rub it down with the. If you don't spray it down, rub it down with the little fucking shit that they got right there, the disinfectant cloths. Like, niggas is.
I was at a location today and bought some Tupelo honey, and fucking.
What the fuck is that?
Supposed to be like the best in the United States. The number one is Australia, and fucking this shit's fucking bomb.
Honey?
It guarantee will not crystallize. This shit is fucking bomb. I tried some and I was like, oh my gosh, I ain't never.
Is
had
it for
no
food or is it just for
anything.
like?
I mean, it's a really good honey. So like, you know, usually like when you taste honey, it has like a little like tacky, and sometimes like if it's raw, you got a little bit of the wax in there and shit, right? This shit, as soon as you taste that motherfucker, that bitch just, it's fucking crazy. I think he was telling me it's only harvest 28 days.
No,
I
now
don't know.
what? How do we get here? I just want to make sure I'm following everything.
Okay, so anyway, long story short, when it came to that, he was talking to me and he was telling me all this information, and he was like started touching me, took his mask off, and he was like doing this, and I'm like trying to back away, so but he's still steady going, and I'm just like, bro,
Like the niggas that got the oil or the fucking
I had already
whatever
bought
it
the
is.
shit. I already bought it, and he was still going. That's what I'm saying. We had talked about it. I tried because he had a whole bunch of different kinds, and so I was like, I know what this is. I know what this is, but what the fuck is that? And so he had to explain.
Cause niggas be acting like they immune if they got like that seaweed shit or like
nah,
whatever
bro,
the other shit is. Like,
I was paranoid as fuck. So after like 7 or 10 minutes of this shit, like steady stepping, like off to the side, and he just right there, fucking. I finally got away. Went around the corner, fucking sanitizer, like everywhere that you touched right here or went like this.
That's why I'll be
Treat that bitch like fucking
Man, I remember
lotion.
I went out
I
somewhere.
put it on the shirt.
He would grab me by my
Like,
shoulder,
nah,
came right
bro.
on me and started talking to me, and I'm like, bro, I'm about to punch you.
I went to Dollar General,
I
bro.
don't want to be in a fight because a nigga was too close to me.
I went to Dollar General, and you know how they got
nigga
the
shit.
the spots on the floor for the 6 feet. Like, it was the day after the mask shit was done for, but we had to have our mask on. But I guess this nigga didn't want to give a fuck about the 6 feet shit. So this nigga was like right behind me, and I'm looking at this nigga like, hey, bro, like, back the fuck up, dog. Like, I don't like that shit in a regular line anyway. Like, nigga, basket space. Like, nigga, your basket better not be like, back the fuck up, nigga. Like, this nigga was just like,
No, get the fuck away. I'll go somewhere else. Fuck that shit. I don't like that shit. This is pre-pandemic shit, and
yeah. Like, you can't be like right up on anybody
There is
at
a
any
bubble.
time, nigga. Like, yeah, give me my
force
little.
field, and you transition into
Mine
it,
is
nah,
3 feet, bro. If you give me three,
that's
give me
better.
that 3 feet
3 6,
radius. You don't
depending
even got
on
to
the
give me
situation of
50.
your energy.
You don't got to give me 6. Like, give me 3 feet, bro. Like,
I don't want you in my fucking.
if we not
energy
like
shit.
that cool, like we not supposed to be that
Yeah,
close.
fuck
Like, this nigga just was just like,
Nope.
nah. Like, niggas don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, I seen a chick in Kroger before the no mask, and she was just the day before the freeze, and she was just walking through that bitch with no mask. Like, nigga, she had the most like luxurious fur coat with the boots to match. Like, I knew she was on some shit, bro. I ain't never seen this shit in my life, nigga. Like, whoever her husband was, he probably was that dude. And she was walking through that bitch with no mask. Like, everybody looking at her like, damn, you just walking
Shit,
through
you
this
know,
bitch.
you know who else? You know who's walking? I remember Saweetie was at that party or some shit, and she ain't have on no man. Remember, she would hold her hand over her face. Quavo was, together. Well, looks like that's changed. And social media's favorite couple has, as they say, taken a tumble. You know, they resorted to social media to announce the singlehood. And I'm trying to figure out what are all of the social media heads gonna do since they leaders are no longer together. You know how many?
There's mad couples out there.
You know how many podcasts we done had that was dictated by something that Saweetie said based on some shit dealing with Quavo? A few, actually. Birkin bag. That conversation was
Y'all heard
predicated by
the Telfair bag?
Mm-hmm.
It's a black owned like company.
Yeah, this nigga here is literally not staying on subject. He
I just gave a quick shout out to the bags, bro. Like,
So what's the name again?
Telfair. They got clothes. Fucking, it's a black-owned company.
Right,
Like it's
Telfair.
supposed to be like the black Birkin, but it's like way, way cheaper.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, they got vegan leather. It's cheap. I don't subscribe to it. If you're gonna buy something, buy something with some quality. I don't like.
is there another black-owned
I'd have to research
bag
to give
company
you
that we
another-
could support?
I'd have to give you
since we
another
not
one.
supporting
I don't
Telfair?
like I don't like the feel of vegan leather. It goes flat.
They got that
and
in
floppy.
Teslas, nigga.
It goes flat and floppy. It's a reason why Louis Vuitton leather lasts the test of time. I ain't trying to be on.
So
that
we got
yet.
another black. I'm just
I'm
saying
just
that's
saying,
the
but
only
I'm
one
just
that
saying.
I know.
We gotta step our game up a little bit, if that's the case. Cause the people.
But
that
do we
wanna,
do they have to kill
I'm saying
cows
the people,
to do it
the
to
people
get the
that
real
people
leather?
That, I'm saying the people
Like-
that want to support it can't, cause it's tacky. The quality ain't there.
So they gotta. I thought the point of vegan leather was to not kill cows.
Right, but the leather is trash. So you gotta improve that process or something. Bro, you could buy a Louis
So
Vuitton briefcase and keep it for the rest of your life.
I don't know. I thought the point was to not kill cows.
You could buy a Louis Vuitton bag that you don't wear the fucking hinges off of, and that bitch just lasts you well for 40 years plus. Now, if you're wearing it every day, I don't know about that. You're throwing it around, but if you, yeah, that bag will be there forever. Just saying it gotta get better, brother. But let's get back on subject. Cause we was talking about Birkin bags, and they are. I'm wondering if she's gonna have to give any of those Birkin bags back.
Probably not. I don't think.
No, I don't think so neither. But so who's the loser? Is it the loser because the relationship is broke up, or is it because you spent all that money and the relationship broke up?
I don't think anybody lose. Right.
Well, I mean, so Edie was a nobody that's now somebody that's got multi millions of dollars based on everything you did for her versus her just being a chick that you dated. So, I mean, I'm not saying someone loses, but
I don't know. if
I'm
she
just
was a
saying the
nobody.
skills aren't the same.
Mhm.
But one weighs heavily than the other. It is a feather to an anvil, right?
So why is it that that's the first thing that the masses look for?
What you mean?
Well, like what you were saying with the scales, right? So when the relationship dies or ends,
Well, I don't think it's that the masses is looking for it. It's because
it's like
It was
who's the winner, who's the loser
the-
out of the situation.
it was pertinent conversation.
I don't think either one of them lose. Cause
it was dictating conversation.
niggas hadn't seen him in a relationship before. She was brand new. Like,
I mean, once again, I can't say nobody won or lost because I don't know the whole thing. But I'm saying that one person definitely benefited from the exchange way more than the other person.
Let's see, but
Like Quavo didn't make more money because he knows Saweetie, but Saweetie definitely made more
Yeah.
money because
I mean, but in a breakup, if you think
about
about it, it's gonna be like. It's gonna be the typical social media shit. It's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
she
dudes
benefited
that's
from
gonna
that.
be like riding with him. It's gonna be females that ride with him.
No, I know,
It's
but
gonna
I'm
be-
saying, but she benefited from that too because she gonna get both of those too. But I'm saying at one point, one was a known star, the other one was just a fine chick. Now she's a household name. That you see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that none of that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that one person benefited from the exchange a lot more than the other. So that's what I was asking from the who's. Do you think there's a loser standpoint? Now you said you don't think so. I'm asking what you think, and I'll give what I think. I was just saying that let's make no mistake, we're not gonna like act like it's not like I'm a deal in the real that we're gonna like
one person benefited from that exchange a lot more than the other person benefited from that exchange. If they really are broken up.
I think it's benefits for both of them. Like
I don't really see the benefit. If you can give me some of the benefits for Quavo, I would.
I mean, if you look at fucking Offset with fucking Cardi B, like niggas
Cardi B
hadn't
is the
seen,
number one artist in the world.
and niggas had never heard of her before, but like niggas hadn't seen Offset in a relationship before, so like niggas.
Well, I don't understand.
wouldn't-
You're not giving me a benefit. You're just saying that they seeing them.
It's a benefit for both of them because relationships pretty
Make money?
much, yeah. Reality shows, fucking
They didn't do
all
any of
that shit. You don't have to because you're involved with social media. So
But
every
they
day
didn't do
we
any
can
of
see,
that.
nigga, when you pull up and you done broke up with somebody and you could pull up to Rolling Loud and interrupt her set and be like, I want you back after I cheated on you.
Man,
And then you
dealing
could do
in
the
some
same-
fairy tale shit
and
now,
you-
brother.
This is Offset's life.
No,
Because
yeah, that's
at the
Offset,
same
like,
time, he cheated again,
Cardi
and then he
B
came
was,
back
Cardi
and
B
he,
is a number
with
one
the
artist.
fucking
That's not the same
seat in the.
comparison. I want to make sure because I'm not gonna let you get an argument off of apples to orange. Cardi B is a number one artist, bro. Cardi B got
I'm
shit
talking
that went
relationship
diamond.
wise, bro.
Cardi B got shit that went diamond. Cardi B don't need Offset. Offset need Cardi B at this point. I'm not saying that Saweetie needed
Relationships
Quavo
help
at any time,
situations
anything.
in 2021.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, they
2017.
do.
relationships
but to say
helped
that one, but
shit.
but
there's
but
YouTube
you're only
couples,
saying,
there's,
but my issue
like-
is you're saying that statement every time I say that one person benefited heavily from the
Both of
exchange.
these people benefited.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like that means you're countering what I'm saying, and I'm asking you. I'm saying
I'm not countering because I said Sweetie
so
and
we got
fucking
money, power,
Quavo benefited.
fame, booking rates, so many gifts, money. I mean, when you talk about like material shit, but on top, I'm saying
Cardi B
cheese,
just capitalized on a
Cardi
more
B did everything that she did
higher level.
before she knew Offset. Before Offset, Cardi
think
B
that
had
shit
Bodak Yellow, which is a diamond single, before she
It wasn't
even
diamond
met.
then.
No, but it was multi-platinum. By the time she met Offset, she was already a multi-platinum artist. Not the same thing. So Weedy's only only songs came out after she met Quavo. He executive produced them. He literally just had his girl in the studio like, yeah, boo, you can make a rap song, and he paid for it. And then the shit got on the radio. And she was making remakes of different people's songs, basically. Because she remade Freak Leak, she remade some other shit. Basically, all of her beats is just some shit that a motherfucker already made. She do like a little tweak to it, and then she made the song. That was what she got famous for. So, I mean,
You
look
could
it
say
up.
the same shit for Summer Walker, bro, and that's
Hey,
not-
brother, I've been and you could. I'm just saying, look it up. If I'm lying, I'm flying. If her songs don't got a sample credit, I'm lying. I thank you. If they don't got a sample credit,
That's like
you know they
anything.
do. Cut it
Nigga,
out.
that's
They remakes.
anything. Niggas is rape.
All your songs got a sample credit. What you
Nigga,
mean?
Blast just remade a whole Donnell Jones song,
Everybody
bro.
remake.
Like
You can sample something.
I
Everybody
knew the
got-
whole hook
Lil
before
Wayne
the
got-
song
Lil
came
Wayne
on.
got a
'Cause
bunch
when
of songs. Lil Wayne got a bunch of songs that he sampled. He also got a bunch of songs that he didn't sample. That's originals. Can Saweetie say anything like that? No. Once again, go through and you show me her hit singles, and I'll show you somebody that got a sample. I'll wait. Brother, you got a phone right
niggas
there.
been doing this shit
I'll
since
wait.
Puff, bro.
I don't want to argue with you. I ain't here to dance with you. I don't want to hold hands with you. Look, brother, you got a phone right there. Prove me wrong. Don't
I don't have to, 'cause
listen.
niggas
Don't tell
been
me.
doing this shit since
Don't tell me
Puff,
how you
bro.
feel, bro. Don't tell me how you feel when you could just prove me wrong. Just prove me wrong,
Niggas been sampling since Puff.
bro.
Heavy.
Niggas been sampling since before then, but make no mistake.
Yeah, but
Right, don't make no
in
mistake.
hip hop, that's when it came more.
That's when
Him and Jermaine Dupri is the niggas that
Bro, the Funky-
invented the remix.
the Funky
that
Four-
was
the
all
Funky Four
samples.
plus four-
Where they was battling and shit. when
The
we was
Funky
kids,
4 plus
like,
4, which is one of the first original songs, was a goddamn sample. Most of every goddamn song from the original hip hop was a sample.
was a sample. 'cause
They
the
literally
DJ
made, that was how hip hop beats was made. Mostly all songs were samples at that time. We make more original compositions now than we ever did in our actuality. Most of all the shit was a sample. They used to sample a beat. I mean, they used to sample some old song or whatever the fuck. Take a little riff, and then I told you he just like that. And then they fucking put some boom bap, boom boom bap, boom pap, boom boom pap, boom pap, boom boom pap. Yo, my name is Dubz, and I love Chubs, and my chicks love chicks when the chicks on Dubz.
Pause, nigga. What the fuck? Nigga, don't throw my name is some
like-
shit that love Chubs,
He
nigga.
like Chubby. He like the Chubbies.
Nah.
You don't like the Chubbies?
It's something about the Chubs.
Right. Slow E, and that was not what
Like
you
the
said.
Chubs. Like, nah,
You don't
nigga.
like,
Like,
you don't
I
like
do
the Chubby
not.
women? Man. First breaker here. Dubz discriminates against larger women.
Oh, bro.
Nah, that wasn't what he was going with.
You already said it. You got the playback. You already know.
It's all Gucci Mane and Keisha K. What, brother? Only thing I'm saying is,
Actually, it's not there.
Yeah.
only thing I'm saying is, you know,
Doom, doom,
just so
doom.
we clear, one person benefited more from that exchange than the other person. One got money, power, and fame that she didn't have and was not on the pursuit of otherwise. One got a girlfriend. I was saying the difference is one got, when you saying it's an even exchange, one got millions of dollars, money, power, and fame, and the other one got a girlfriend.
No, niggas want to be relationship goals for a little bit.
Yeah, no,
It
nigga.
help online. It help.
Oh, yeah, no.
It keep your name ringing when you don't got music out. Like the last Migos song. Like niggas remember them niggas for riding Power Wheels, bro. Like
Mountain Dew.
yeah, like the last Migos song. Like Sweetie and fucking Cardi B done drop songs.
They
and
made
done-
them relevant
Yeah.
because of the relationship. So you feel
Niggas
like
remember them from riding Power Wheels.
So you
bro.
feel like they made more money.
And I done said this on the
You
podcast
feel like they
before.
made
like,
more money since being with them, or before them.
no, but you don't have to make music or fucking
Do
be
you
like
think
one
they
of the-
gained? Do you think they gained?
being with them in the Joe Budden shit.
Do you
is
think
the
they gained
last,
more popularity since being with them, or less? Or do
probably
you
more
think do you think?
because they haven't dropped no songs and they done had like a couple features in the last like 2 to 3 years, but they ain't really just like been
Right, but
those dudes,
But
like-
here's where I'm gonna put it all in your catcher's mitt. Because if that's the case, it's a celebrity couple, but you only care about the celebrity couple because of the celebrity.
yeah, it's relationship goals. They,
Right, and they
it's the
but
Migos.
they
They did this,
relationship
this,
goals
and this.
because
Like they don't have to
Quavo
do.
is with her, not the opposite way around. It's not relationship goals. It became crazy relationship goals based on that. The same way it's been proven time and time again. Amber Rose, all of these chicks are similar. Or
What was the Migos song when fucking they was dating Sweetie or Cardi B? Fucking Motorsport, nigga, and
they
fucking
made
Cardi B was on
Motorsport.
that.
They
Like,
made Motorsport. They made Bad and Bougie. They made
that was the fucking one.
That
where
was
they
a
got in the beef
classic,
with Joe
nigga.
Budden. Like
but that was a classic.
that's like
Bad
they-
and Bougie is a classic.
Those
that
are the
went-
last Migo moments besides them niggas
But I'm just
riding the
saying,
fucking tricycle
Bro,
that
they
you
would
can
have still
remember,
had
bro.
some. Bro, they would have still had some relevant. Now,
Who the fuck is Takeoff Day?
bro, I'm not saying that they wouldn't. I'm
What
not
the
saying.
fuck are they doing,
I'm not
bro?
saying that them having a different dynamic of their life on the social media doesn't help them. But I'm not. But
I'm
let's
talking
not.
about
Let's not
music-wise.
make no mistake. There could have been any fine chick, and it would have been her. So that's not exclusive to Saweetie. Saweetie would not have been rich. You know, like she wasn't no singer. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is she wasn't no entertainer or nothing like that. Trying to be in a social figure light or nothing like that. Now I can't say with his Instagram era that she wouldn't have popped up on.
But she done had songs in a time where they haven't had.
They
songs.
was produced by Quavo. Not produced like physically. I'm saying executive produced. He was the sponsor behind them bitches.
Isn't she related to Gabrielle Union?
Yeah, or somebody like that. I forgot who it is, but yeah, it's somebody that's famous. She related to him, but she didn't want to. She said she didn't want to be. She didn't want to come up off of nothing they did. So she wasn't. And I'm not saying that she couldn't have. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
No, I'm not
saying
saying.
that
I'm not speaking
today-
anything negative. I remember hearing hearing from somebody saying this
Today-
shit that were related.
She's
I was like, oh,
it's
wow.
based on
I had no idea.
him. Like that's where that comes
You gotta
from.
get in that circle. If you're not related to whoever you related to, you probably not moving in this environment. Like,
Right now,
unless you
but
done
now
earned
she's a
your
public
way up
figure,
there.
so now it's Saweetie and whoever Saweetie ain't. And I mean, nigga already seen it coming. Celebrity, I mean, I don't even understand why celebrities be getting together and shit.
Because it makes good money.
Since the beginning of Hollywood, like if you pair up with somebody that's on top of their shit, like y'all are the A-list couple and fucking y'all niggas set the trends. Like niggas
We
do
can
what
control
y'all
the
do,
masses
like,
of how the couples react to one another.
Oh no, power couples. I mean, they exist. That's what
Goals. Hashtag goals.
especially in this area where it's like all nigga relationship
like this
goals
one, right.
and yeah.
It gotta be like this
Like,
one. It gotta be like this one.
Oh, if this nigga don't do this for me, then he ain't
Right.
fucking.
So Quavo took the Bentley back, man.
That's trash. That's weak.
Nigga hurt.
That's like taking the ring back, bro. Like
I mean,
you A1 trash if you do that, bro.
I mean, when a nigga be hurt, and I tell her what they'll do. Me, I don't be taking shit back.
You
'cause
can't
I
be
just
that hurt,
like,
bro.
I just be like, fuck it.
You
know,
can't be
it
that
is what
hurt.
it is.
If you could spend the money on it at that
Right.
time.
Oh no, you know what I'm
fucking
saying?
the
He
fuck
trying to
you
be,
hurt for?
he being petty. That's petty. That
Right.
petty behavior.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like anything like that. I mean, you know, a nigga didn't care about the car until you don't want to be with him. Now all of a sudden he need the car back.
I'd keep it.
You
Yeah.
dig?
When you got your new man in that bitch, just remember.
Nah, see me, I always just be like, oh bitch, I'm about to go to the moon. See a big break up with me, that made me want to be Jeff Bezos more. Like bitch, I'm about to like that little shit you had, you had a little Bentley, bitch, had a little Bentley tree, you
Yeah.
bitch. I'm in the Lexus
Yeah.
helicopter,
Yep.
motherfucking, with the turbo, bitch. My shit, nigga, I'll get through traffic like Professor Xavier, bitch. I'm in
Bruh,
this bitch in this.
I seen that nigga Jerry Jones. You know, like they got the helicopter pad at the stadium for him. Like it was just like a little random fucking like how they talking about like the Amazon shit is supposed to be where
The
you
drone
can
shit.
no, not the drones where you can get to work and fucking like the helicopter shit. It's like a new fucking Uber type shit.
Was
Like,
it the
Helipad.
Airbus or some shit?
basically
yeah,
a helicopter travel, basically.
and this nigga just like
Right.
like
Right. That's how I'm saying. That's how the movers and shakers travel. They don't travel via car. They travel via helipad to helipad. They got helipads at their house and shit. I mean, if you think about it, like in city, out of city, you know, they jet flying in, but yeah, helicopter. But my boy took back the car, man. My boy is hurt.
that's the ultimate loser.
He gonna cry in that car.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He
no,
gonna drive
I
that
mean
hoe
that's on
around
him, man.
crying at
I mean
all
that's on him.
times.
That's his fault. He made no mistake. I mean if he cheated and that was a deal breaker for her and he knew that or something like that, then that's on him. Like, cause he didn't have to deal with it. Like, especially not being amigo. Like. As an entertainer, he could. I mean, and I mean no disrespect to Saweetie, because she's a very attractive, very dope
She might have
person.
been one of them
But
chicks that
There's a bunch of very attractive, very dope women out here. Like at that point, it's whoever he pick.
yeah, but it don't
You
even
know
have
what
to
I mean?
be that though, cause she might have been like somebody,
Scotty Beam was attractive.
but she might have knew the game though, being like related to
The women
people.
on
like-
P Valley is attractive.
Yeah, but they don't really.
Who did you know them before then? Is what I'm saying.
But she
Like,
might have been.
I'm just saying that
She
there's-
might have been like, "Hey, you could do whatever you want, just as long as you let me know." And a couple times that nigga didn't let her know, so it was some shit. that,
Quavo's sister said it's supposed to be something totally different, or she ain't cool like how you think she is. And I don't know about none of that. I don't know. I'm not even getting into what actually did or didn't happen. I'm saying as far as if what she said is accurate, then it's his fault. Or if what they saying, then I guess it's more to the story, but they ain't saying nothing specific, so that they ain't got nothing specific. So in my head, so I'm just going off of what I got.
for the sake of the subject. But no, that's what I mean. Like I'm saying, the way she's making it seems like that wasn't some shit that she was signing up for, and I wouldn't understand how you would be now as a you know what I mean.
I mean, she don't really necessarily have to throw that out there for you to catch that part of
Well,
it.
I'm
She
saying
coulda
as
just
I'm
said,
saying
"This nigga
as
went
that
against the
type of
rules," and this
no,
ain't
she
some
said
shit
he
that I
cheated
fuck
on
with.
her, infidelity.
I mean, if
that's
you,
what she was
if
specific.
you let somebody do some shit and you tell them that they can do it and they don't tell you that they supposed to do certain shit, that's cheating.
Brother,
Even though
I'm
that
not saying what the definition of cheating is. I'm not arguing with you. You got it, man. I don't know. I'm not
That's the
sure.
only point that I was trying to
I
make,
wasn't trying to argue with you. I said she said he cheated on her.
and that's what I'm saying. That might be the way that he cheated. Like,
Brother, I don't know what the way was. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to clarify what the fuck she meant by that. I'm saying if whatever the fuck she meant by him cheating, meaning he did something that was off the beaten path for the agreement, is what they broke up for, and that's accurate, then that's his bad. Because he didn't have to agree to that or none of that. Now, what my point was getting at is he's a Migo. He's a world famous entertainer. Now, and I'm not saying that like that you put your pants on different than another person. I'm saying your lifestyle is totally different to even have to when you talk about considering those type of things and stuff like that. Amigo, especially at the height of their careers, so far, are in arenas. They're having, at least 10 Saweeties pull up a night for the show. Whether they came to actually talk to them or they just there. And that's whatever city they in. The baddest chicks from LA, the baddest chicks from New York, the baddest chicks from Texas, the baddest chicks from Houston, the baddest chicks from Dallas, or whatever the fuck.
Why even get into a relationship then?
No, man, but that's what I was getting at. I don't understand why entertainers even bother in the same degree. Because, I feel like relationships are for a layman man. And I mean that, I'm saying in the monogamous traditional sense of what people say relationships are for. Because a relationship is whatever interaction you have with a person. That's your relationship, being in our reality. So you can have whatever you want. But I'm saying in terms of the traditional Zales commercial, ring on the finger, Bible promoted idea of a relationship is you date someone that you marry them, no infidelity, anything of that nature. That's the traditional way.
Relationships are though.
Right, but but that's my point. Even if it shouldn't even be remote. It shouldn't even be remotely near that. Because you're putting yourself, all these cats do from what we see is set themselves up for failure. Mm-hmm. The reason why LeBron James gets some praise, and I'm not saying all this praise, and I'm not saying it's not well deserving or anything like that, but is just based on the family man, husband and shit that he is without scandal for his whole career. You've heard that. You've heard that before. Mm-hmm. You've heard about, you see what I'm saying? No scandals.
Yeah, you can't scandal him because the most scandalous shit that they had was his wife smoking weed in the press box, allegedly.
You feel me? You see what I'm saying? They tried. They can't catch him on none of that shit. They can't catch him fucking no hoes. They can't catch him doing none of that. So, from an idealistic standpoint, he would be the most ideal candidate thus far as the behavior or whatever you would expect. But he would be the exception to the rule in most cases, because most cats not built like that. And that's what I talked about a podcast before, that a bunch of niggas be lying to themselves, trying to trick God. I think I just talked about this last episode. Niggas be lying to themselves, trying to trick God. You trying to trick God, the God of yourself, the God of whatever. But you get into this situation, you're amigo. You're not even foreseeing the type of circumstances you might be in. You understand? You see what I'm saying? You can't foresee yourself, and I'm not saying it in no regard for it to be disregarded as something that's just minuscule. But you sit up here and you look at situations that a motherfucker could be in at the snap of a finger. Snap of a finger, drop of a hat. He walk into the hotel room. Somebody already in there. They got 4, 5 bitches in there. They already naked, willing to do whatever, such and such and such and such. Now I ain't saying that some niggas won't look at that scenario and go, nah, I love my girl. I'm gonna walk off or whatever. But not every nigga is built like that. Not every nigga is gonna, cause there might be 4 badass chicks. Whatever your pick, natural body, unnatural body, whatever you into. Whatever your 4 bad, whatever those 4 bad chicks is. Cause you got Saweetie at home. So whoever your 4 bad chicks is, that's not her. And it could be your 4 bad chicks. It could be really them. You see what I'm saying? Like it ain't gotta be fictitious. It could really be them.
Niggas is notorious for the downgrade cheat though.
Oh yeah, no, niggas definitely be downgrading. I'm just saying that there is, like, prime example, Future. He owns 8 baby mama, right? Which one of them was ugly? Which one of them was not top tier fine?
Oh no, I never. Really
I mean, I'm saying like you would have heard about it.
I know like one Future song.
No, I'm saying you would have heard about it, right?
Like
I'm just saying like Sierra has one of his kids. Like I'm just saying, you see what I'm saying? Like the quality of chicks that he's dealing with. Sierra has went on to be Russell Wilson's better half. You see what I'm saying? But these are the quality of chicks that he's running by. Whether he treated her like that or not, she was once a part of his collection. This the type of chicks that he can have that are in his vicinity. That's a true statement. Whether you like, so one dude might
the
look
word
at her
collection.
One dude might look at her as a gym. The other dude might look at her as a buzz down or just some time, something to pass the time, whatever the fuck it is. But the reality is that the quality of chick is exuded by the people and the actions that have behaved after that. Karuchi Train, right? Made a star, right? Went on to be, you know what I mean, she's dating celebrity. I think they just broke up another one. You know what I mean? But she drive Chris Brown crazy. Because, you know, for whatever reason. But the reality is, her transition will be very similar to Saweetie, which would mean that Saweetie is grouped into that category, making her not special in that way. She's no different than Amber Rose. She's no different than Karuchi. She's no different than any of these chicks. So this is a bunch of bad chicks that was whoever they were until they got elevated off the plug. That's the only thing I'm getting at. So when you sit there and you look at it, what is y'all? Am I missing something? Got a booger or something? What?
No, I'm just.
Nah, man, you got different you got different different stuff that be going on, different types of situations and stuff like that. My little sister. But yeah, no. The reality is they all got that trade off, and that shit be fucking them niggas up. So yeah, I expected him to take the car back because they be feeling played once they realize what all they did for that chick versus what they got back in the end. As far as, and it don't come down to material, but once you break up with somebody, you start looking at everything. So the time you spent.
You taking the teddy bears back and shit, bro?
No, I'm just saying, niggas start looking at the time they spent as a waste of time. Chicks do too, right? Now you might have however many great memories that you had that made you spend that time, but once that shit end, you forget all of them. You start remembering all the time that you wasted. That's what you start considering it. Motherfuckers do this shit. I'm just saying, but this is how salty motherfuckers do, bro. Don't be acting like you don't know
I
what
mean,
salty.
I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga salty, bro. Nigga salty when you sit up there and now you got a boom. Or you dealing with social media. Niggas hitting your phone like, damn, bro, y'all really broke up.
I'm not taking shit.
And then, then it's like, boom. Nah, some nigga, but that's what I'm saying. You gotta remember, niggas out here be exuding a lot of fatherless behavior, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like, if you want to make yourself seem like you the most player nigga and you a fucking
Bro, niggas be making
like,
themselves
like,
with the most fatherless behavior, bro. Future got 8 kids. That mean he fucked like 8 random chicks raw. That ain't player at all. Nigga be saying they
it's
player.
not, but
Ain't nothing player about that. That shit sound reckless as fuck.
it is.
Dangerous than a bitch. Cause I guarantee you them wasn't the only bitches.
I bet
Them the only bitches that got pregnant.
if he bought him a car, did he take it back?
Well, I don't know what he did. I'm just saying that if you going by reckless or whatever the fuck or emotional, I'm saying like these niggas be making bad decisions all the time. So you saying like, oh no, well you could like, yeah, niggas don't make the best decision. Basically what I'm saying is none of these niggas wasn't players. Most of the time, like it be like 1 or 2 niggas that you see that be getting famous that be actually like in real life they was something before like that. Like niggas, like that's what I'm saying, bro. You just seen this shit 100 times. Like when we talking about like young niggas having things, that was the whole origination of the name. Was the motherfucking niggas that be acting versus niggas that be having. Come on now, don't start acting now like you don't recall, nigga. These niggas been faking the funk when a nigga was out here on
That's
the
all
real.
I'm saying. What?
Right, but I'm just saying. So you saying that shit ain't player? Like, yeah, nigga, that ain't surprising. All these niggas rap about is some shit they don't be doing. Migos ain't even like, oh, from what I understand, they ain't even that gangster for real. How they be rapping? Niggas ain't even from Atlanta like that. Niggas from like Gwinnett or some shit, Gwinnett County. Niggas like from the suburbs and shit. Like, from what I understand. If you talking about like, but how many rappers is there? Like, nigga be rapping and they be like they sold dope. And they might have sold a couple of weed sacks, but nigga wasn't out here moving on Noriega shit. Nigga, they was out here moving bricks. Nigga, you was out here, you had a couple of ounces, nigga. It's niggas that move multiple pounds in a year, nigga move a couple ounces, you know what I mean? Like, and or whatever the fuck, or you had to play. Nigga, I don't be so like, nigga, I done, you know what I mean? Seen some shit, but I ain't finna get into no shit and act like I'm motherfucking Noriega or no shit. Nigga, no. When I was growing up, I was a kid. Maybe I seen some niggas that sold weed or some shit. But that don't mean shit. Like, that don't make me, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I was around it. Maybe I was involved in situations. That don't mean or define no shit. Like, that shit crazy. Yeah. Niggas be acting like, But, yeah, no, so I would never take none of that with no seriousness. Nigga be acting like they the shit, bro. You be saying that shit with the way they be behaving in these songs and shit. Niggas ain't who they be portraying themselves to be. Not saying you can't be emotional or nothing like that, but I'm just saying niggas be way different than what they be talking. You know what I mean? Like compared to their song. A nigga like even like Quavo. Everything that he was saying, like I fuck on a thot, whatever the fuck. But you was Saweetie. You see what I'm saying? You're not doing none of the shit you rapping about. You ain't in a strip club looking for a chick with a big butt. Cause I thought he was just acting like that. But you're you know what I mean? You're wifed the fuck up. You're not doing none of that shit you rapping about. Strip club anthems and shit. You're not doing none of that. You can't be. On Valentine, you was over here. Man, shit, ain't no more to that story. That was just a Twitter topic of the week, though.
So you not copping the vegan leather?
Nah, bro.
No,
Not at all.
you gotta get the real.
Yeah, bro. If they gonna do like I gotta do the, I apologize to Peter, but fuck that shit. Need my shit to last. That
Do
shit.
they got like the Wagyu leather, like the extra, like
That would be fire. I bet. Pretty sure that Hermes got some Wagyu leather.
the leather
That probably would go in the Birkin Wagyu.
the Wagyu skin.
Cause all you getting is the hide anyway. Like nigga be acting like the motherfuckers be getting it like no, they ain't like they going out there killing some other brand of cows, nigga. They getting the hides off the cows that you eating the beef off of. They just tanning it into high quality leather. They got a high quality process that make it a better tan leather than your normal tan leather or something. But they ain't got no special cows. They got the same goddamn cows everybody else got. They go get some cows and they just know how to tan that shit the way they tan it. And cure it the way they cure it. There ain't nothing special about it. They ain't out there, like I say, they out there hunting Louis Vuitton cows. They ain't even getting cows. They ain't got to do that. They just literally buy the skin. Nigga got a cow for them. They slaughter the cow. They get the motherfucking skin out the cow. They sell the motherfucking skin to different factions. You got rug companies. You got, you know what I mean, fashion companies. You got anybody that deal with leather. You got niggas that make whips that need that. You got anybody that deal with leather. Like, what you mean? Peter can't come after them. That's why they can't come after them. Because you can't nothing you can say. I'm just using the skin off a nigga that was already dead. What you want me to do? Not use this leather? Am I wrong for making leather? Shit, you want eating the beef patties? You stop eating these beef patties, then we have something to talk about. But this shit free. Basically. I don't even got to skin it. All I got to do is come pick up the hide. Start tanning it. Niggas hang this shit out. Start coloring it. I don't know. What we cheers to? Crippin'?
Yeah.
Why not? You not gonna cheers to this crippin'? You was very slow with it though. You didn't seem like you was enthusiastic about that, brother. We got a problem we need to address. Checking to my dogs out there. And with that, episode 35 done. I am Rick Cole.
It's your boy Dubz 817.
Man, Chef Chad already know.
It is the Po Up Podcast. We want y'all to like, subscribe, follow. You can check us out.
Share.
At YNHT Films on YouTube. Easiest way to find us, YNHT Films. All of the episodes, playlisted, all of that. We love you. Thank you for taking the time. And don't forget to always
Po up.